Okay, we should be live. Let me just make sure that we're all good to go here.
Cool.
Hit refresh. Welcome, everyone.
Things are a little more intricate this time, so bear
yeah,
with us.
this is super exciting. We're super stoked to be here. We're just making sure that we got all of our eggs in one basket here, that we are all set.
A few live in control rooms.
Yep.
Okay.
How are we looking? Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We're gonna.
That was obnoxious.
So everyone let us know if we sound okay, if everything's coming through all right.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me go ahead and give this a listen. Sorry, guys, we're just making sure that we're all good to go, and then we're going to get things rolling. This is super exciting. We have an awesome lineup for everyone tonight. We have some incredible guests, like seriously, some of the coolest people in the theme park industry and community.
We are so psyched.
Yep. All right.
Everything sounds good?
Sounds good.
Beautiful.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us for this fantastic Wednesday evening. And so one of the things that we want to first go over, so in case you haven't seen, we have released an entire schedule for what tonight's stream will look like. We have
It's all over social media if you haven't seen it
Yeah, we
yet.
have an incredible lineup of everyone that'll be tuning in. This includes people from theme park businesses. We have people from manufacturing companies. We have people in the community. So some of the people that we'll be talking to tonight, Jeffrey Siebert, the park president of Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. We have Marcus Leshock from WGN News.
Anthony Schwartz from the Cleveland freaking Browns.
I know, yeah. We have someone from Universal Creative coming on, Dionte.
To talk about Velocicoaster.
And to end things all out, Fred Grubb, the founder of Rocky Mountain Construction, the subject of This Is How We Roll, will be tuning in with us. It is an absolutely fantastic lineup, and this is all in benefit of Give Kids the World.
Yes.
This is a charity that we actually just got to visit not too long ago. Do you kind of want to talk a little bit about that?
About the visit? Yeah. So Give Kids the World is an organization. They actually work hand in hand with Make-A-Wish. So if you know what Make-A-Wish is, that'll probably help with you understanding. So kids that are critically ill will make the wish to go to Disney World or Universal or something like that. And Give Kids the World Village is this massive resort that is really inseparable from like looking like it's owned by Disney, in my opinion. And kids get to go with their families and stay for an entire week for free. They have access to Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, and anything within 100 miles of the property. So all expenses are paid, including their flights, everything for every member of the family. And Stephen Amos was nice enough to take us on a tour. He is
he is
general manager.
Hold
right?
on, I had his official title. What
Yes.
was it? It was something like that. Vice President of Advancement.
Vice President of Advancement. Okay, he's amazing regardless of
Yes, he's
what
absolutely
his position
incredible.
is. And he took us all around the property, which is something that you don't really get to do because it's really meant just for the kids and their families.
Yeah, absolutely.
But since we were doing a fundraiser, they wanted us to be able to see the entire property and share it with all of you guys. So if you haven't seen the video already, you should definitely give it a look. All the ad revenue from that video is going to be going straight to Give Kids the World, as well as obviously anything made tonight.
Yes.
So it's an absolutely amazing resort. They have everything there, and everything is so accommodating for people who are disabled because a nice portion of these kids are in wheelchairs. So all of the attractions that are there, all of the entertainment, it's all wheelchair accessible. And they have everything there. They have like an FEC on property. They have mini golfing. They have a movie theater. They have all kinds of restaurants. They have character meet and greets. They have a place where they encourage everyone to have ice cream for breakfast. It's like the best thing ever. And everything, like all of the little like villas that they stay in, usually on the outside they'll have some kind of facade that makes them look like a castle or something. And it's like literally the most magical place I think I've ever been in. Like I just felt the magic being there.
It was absolutely insane. We have Clint and Sherry here in the chat. They said we have to beat Clint, who raised $7,000. Is there a 7-pound funnel cake being eaten here? No, there's
but
not.
We have something else.
We do. So here's the thing. So the link to donate is in the chat as well as in the description. And this is really important because, first of all, now that we've talked about the guests that we have on here, if you want to ask them anything, all you have to do is donate, and however much you can. It could be $1. As much as you're willing to give. And what you can do is attach a question for any of our guests, and we will ask it to them live on the stream. And we're going to be joined by Jeffrey Siebert here in less than 10 minutes.
Woo! Woo!
So please get your questions in now. And
you can also do it through the normal super chat function as well.
Yes. So super chat, and we know that a lot of you guys are familiar with that. Just be aware, we're really encouraging people to use the website because when you use super chat, YouTube takes a cut of that. So not everything that you send through the super chat would be going to Give Kids the World. And so we want to make sure that as much as possible is going directly to them. So we're really encouraging you to do that. We are refreshing the page so we will see your donation with whatever question that you ask. And so that was something that was really important to us. Now, we do have some other incentives if you are interested. So the top 4 donors from the people who donate to our live stream, we're already at over $700, which is incredible. So when you donate, if you're within the top 4 donors, you will get a private video call with us for 15, 20 minutes, and it'll be completely one-on-one. And we're super excited about that. We think that will be a lot of fun.
Good time.
Yes, absolutely. And then, for every $50 that is donated, Sarah and I will do one ride on Popeyes at Universal Orlando.
In the freezing cold.
In January.
Woo! Okay, well, Orlando's freezing cold, which is like 50 degrees. But then that's pretty dang cold to be riding a flume ride like that, or a raft ride.
A raft ride, yeah.
Sorry, you know what I mean.
It is going to be frigid, so...
right now... We already have, like I said, we're at like $750. So go figure, that's 15 rides on Popeyes already.
Yes, and we're committed to this. So please, like, we want to raise as much as possible. We'll be doing a full video about this, where you can see just how soaked and cold we are. We're probably gonna like get sick after doing this, but we're so prepared for this. Yes. Like we honestly can't wait. It's for an incredible cause. This was something this is a charity that being in the amusement industry, you always hear about, and I will be honest, I didn't do as much like research into it. I didn't really try to make an effort to find out what this organization was about. It was just something that I would hear about. But after visiting the property and seeing everything, like, it is just absolutely incredible what they are doing there. They're really trying to give these kids the best week of their life.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It is so cool to see. This is something, if you're in Florida before the end of the year, you can actually go and visit the property. They have something where they're doing called Night of a Million Lights. Woo. And it's one of the only times when you can actually like visit the property and like walk around. So you can see all the houses. They have a little tram tour that takes you around and you can see us. And we also have a full video of this up on our YouTube channel, as well as the tour of Give Kids the World. They have rides there. Like, from Vekoma and I think Zamperla. Really yeah, we rode one of the rides there. We were joking that if Give Kids the World got a roller coaster, it could be like an SBF Visa, whatever. If they got a roller coaster, it would be like the rarest coaster cred ever because no one would be allowed to ride it.
Yeah, no one's allowed in there, which is good.
Yes, we think that would be really, really funny. So
we do have a couple minutes, so we can fill you guys in on what we've been up to for a while.
Yeah,
if you guys have any questions, as much as we try our best to answer questions that do not have donations attached to them tonight, it's gonna be donations only because we're fundraising for a charity, so
so this is
don't take it personally, but it's not about us or anything.
Yeah, this is not a live stream that is about us. We're trying to focus on every people, but we do have a couple minutes, so we do want to talk about something cool that we got to do. You probably noticed the videos that we posted today and yesterday. We went to Spain.
We did go to Spain with like 2 days notice.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a bit about this?
Yeah. So I've never been to Europe, and Taylor tells me. He's just like, all right, can you take off for like a couple of days? I'm like, because I have a part-time job where I see clients. And I'm like, I guess, for what? He's like, oh, we're just going somewhere. And I'm like, hounding him for like the entirety of like a week, being like, tell me where we're going. And then finally on my birthday he goes, I can't tell you where we're going. I'm like, why? He's like, because I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? And he's like, I have buddy passes to fly anywhere on American Airlines. So like, let's just pick somewhere. And then I was like, holy crap. So we ended up settling on Italy and Spain. Mm-hmm. Italy was all sightseeing, which was amazing. We went to like Pompeii and Rome. And then when we went to Barcelona, we did 2 theme parks. Tibidabo, which is like this tiny little park on top of Mount
That was
Tibidabo.
The hidden gem of the trip.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Hopefully some of you know the Friends episode. I showed him that last night.
I'd never seen the Friends episode where they referenced Mount Tibidabo. Yeah, it was so hilarious.
It was so good. Which was my first international theme park ever, which was hilarious.
Which, I mean, she's like, oh man, my first international park is this place I've never heard of, but like,
and then it was
so cool.
Awesome. It was awesome. Oh, we already got a donation. perfect.
What was the
After
highlight
dunk.
of our trip? You know, honestly, I would say it was Rome.
I think
Like,
Rome.
it wasn't roller coaster related, but Rome was like
Yeah.
seriously the coolest place ever.
It's definitely my favorite city now, like for sure. And then yes, we did Portaventura for a day, which was fantastic. The park was absolutely slammed. We ended up getting express passes like fairly quickly, and even with them, we still only got to ride everything like once, except for Shambhala. We didn't even ride everything. I think we missed a couple things.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
But that's okay. I got to do everything that I wanted to do, and it was definitely, it was a national holiday there in Spain, so
It was busy. We got
We
express
didn't know.
passes and
but
3 rides on Shambhala, 2 on
rides
Red
on
Force.
Shambhala, yeah, and then after we rode Shambhala, less than 48 hours later, I believe we settled on about 36 hours later, we rode Mako, which was so cool to be able to ride like 2 of the best V&M hypers like back to back like that, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was another highlight.
It was really, really fun. We had a very good time. It was a very spontaneous trip. A lot of people were asking, like, where are you going to Fantasia? Are you going to Europa Park, Energylandia? I was like, well, no, this was a week. We did 2 locations, with Italy and Spain, and it was great, It was a very nicely paced trip. And even though it sounds like a little bit more laid back, oh, you only went to 2 locations, it was a very fast-paced trip.
Extremely busy.
Yeah, we had a lot. We were trying to see everything that we could in a short amount of time. We were only in Italy for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
And then Spain for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So
I'd also like to make note that since we started this, we're already almost at $900.
fantastic. Yeah. So
Which is so cool.
yeah, we'll just want to keep track of some of these
keep
questions here. So yeah, we have a list of some things that we've come up with for some of these people. But
We
again,
prefer
if
for you
you
guys to donate and come up with your own
absolutely,
questions,
whenever you donate, then we will guarantee we will ask your question, unless you ask something that no, ask something that
Yeah.
that they'll be able to answer.
Thank you so much, Sloan. Donation of $50.
Thank you so
You are
much.
amazing.
Again, if you're just now joining us, we are going to be going live with a bunch of awesome people in the industry. In 2 minutes, we'll be going live with Jeffrey Siebert.
Park president of Six Flags Fiesta.
And
Texas.
a bona fide coaster nerd.
Nerd.
It
Oh,
is-
we love him, though.
Yeah, he is absolutely fantastic. He's one of the best in the business.
And
so,
we got a $10 donation from another Swiss YouTube user. Hello.
Yeah.
They asked, when are you going to Fantasia Land?
soon. Soon.
We do have a trip in mind, but we don't want to give anything specific yet because we don't have dates. But
Yeah, we don't have dates and we
it
don't.
will be next year.
Yes, yeah, because I mean, the big thing that we were waiting on is we wanted to make sure that everything was going to be all set to go with everything COVID related and international travel. I mean, one of the things that we had to do, but when we were coming back from this trip, was we had to get a negative COVID test the
Yeah.
day before our flight, which made things kind of stressful because that rule didn't go into place until we were already in Europe. So, international travel is a little crazy right now. But yeah, this is going to be an awesome time. So hopefully looks like we already got a bunch of
Yeah, we did.
questions rolling in.
So far, okay, so we got one for Jeffrey right there. We have
Yeah.
some questions coming in for people that are coming on later, which is fantastic. If you guys have any questions for Jeff, though,
Yep,
Jeffrey. Oh my
we're
God.
going to be
I just
calling
called
him.
Jeff.
I know.
Jeffrey.
Who are we? All right,
Who are
let's
we?
go ahead and give Jeffrey Siebert a call.
Woo woo!
Let's see, is this thing on? It should be on. It should be going. There we go.
There we go.
There it is. It's like he doesn't answer.
Like, are you serious?
And hopefully everyone can hear.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna kick his butt.
I know, we're at like the 4th ring yet. Jeffrey.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please
What? We just talked to you earlier. Okay, hang tight. He will answer.
I'm calling his mobile. Are you kidding me? That's so funny.
Hello there, sir.
Jeffrey,
There you
welcome to
are.
the live stream.
Do you not want to call me in my office
I
number?
just did. It said that it didn't work.
Yeah, it said our call could not be completed as dialed. We're like, did he block us?
I can go ahead and
What
give it
is
another
this?
try.
Do you want me to call you?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a call.
Okay, I'll call you in a second.
All right, sounds good.
Bye, Jeffrey. People were like rejected.
And that was it.
No, we are not.
No. It's definitely that is so funny though.
So funny.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
He'll be giving us a call now.
All right, we are at $930. All right.
$930. That is absolutely awesome.
Woo-woo!
All right, sorry guys, we're 1 minute late. Ghosted. Here we go. All right, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You sound wonderful.
Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being our first guest of the evening.
We already got some questions from everyone for you.
That is fantastic.
Well, so we don't want to take too much of your time. We'll just have you on for about 15 minutes. But I want to make note, Jeffrey. The last time we saw you was at SeaWorld Orlando, and you were absolutely drenched from Mako night rides. I'd love if you could talk about that, because I believe you were on the opposite train as us, just marathoning, doing the exact same thing we were.
Which is hysterical, because we literally did not get off Mako for over 2 hours.
I love that.
After we got 30
gosh.
consecutive rides, we just stopped counting. But oh my gosh, what a fantastic ride. So much fun and just crazy silly. But it was unbelievable that we never ran into you guys until literally we all got off.
I know.
Really,
That
until
was
the end.
crazy. I mean, that's what happens. You're just on the opposite train, so you have no idea who else is there. So yeah, that is so funny. So so we know who you are. We've hung out plenty of times. But for those who are tuning in, I'd love if you could just kind of give a little introduction for yourself.
Well, hello to everybody and good evening. And thank you guys so much for the invitation and doing it for a great, great cause. We love Give Kids the World Village and obviously all that you guys do at Coaster Studios. But for those that I have not met or have not been to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas yet, I am the park president for Six Flags Fiesta, Texas in beautiful San Antonio, and also Hurricane Harbor Splash Town, which is in Spring, just a little bit north of downtown Houston. And I've been doing this craziness now since 1994, working for a variety of different parks and companies before working my way to the great state of Texas and eventually to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
Well, that's awesome. You've had an incredible impact in the industry, and I'd also like to point out that you're just like the rest of us. You're a total coaster enthusiast. I
Such
think
a
that is
nerd.
awesome.
I am officially a card-carrying member, as you know, since 1991.
Wow.
That was before either of us were alive.
We were not alive. That is incredible. So I gotta ask, is this something that you always wanted to get into? Did you know that you wanted to, make roller coasters and theme parks your passion for life?
Absolutely. From my earliest memories, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and my parents, when they first got engaged and married, they lived right outside of a park that no longer exists called Euclid Beach. And theme parks and amusement parks are just part of their DNA. So growing up, every year we went to Cedar Point and Geauga Lake and SeaWorld of Ohio, and then Conneaut Lake and Kennywood, and you name it, we did a fun tour of duty every single summer. And I used to pretend that my backyard was an amusement park and wagons were roller coasters. And I just have always known that this is what I wanted to do.
Well, that is so cool, and I think we can. I think there's a lot of people here in the community that can relate to that, and I think this is so cool and really really inspiring. It shows that if you work hard and try hard enough, that you can absolutely make it. I mean, you've really worked your way up. You've worked at a lot of different places. I mean, if you go back and watch some old footage, I mean, you can see you got to do the big announcement for some rides at Kings Island. You were involved with Tomb Raider and Son of Beast, and that is the
Speaking of which,
craziest thing to me.
We got a $100 donation from Sean Flaherty and Kyle. Oh, I know
Kyle Kristopher.
Okay, I didn't know how to say it. I'm I know Kyle. He said he wanted us to tell you the world's most heavily themed, totally immersive dark ride adventure, Tomb Raider the Ride. That's from them.
Lots of great memories there for sure.
Well, and also something that I found out about not that long ago, I didn't realize you were the voice for the Beast.
Yeah, that was great to find out.
That is correct. If you go up the lift hill, you will hear something mysterious that sounds a lot like me, which is a true classic. Again, the Beast and the love and passion that went into designing that ride with Al Collins and Jeff Gramke. It's one of those attractions that truly can never be replicated anywhere on planet Earth. It's just a true masterpiece that's fun to experience today.
That is so cool. So I wanted to talk about, so you guys are building a big new ride right now, and that is Dr. Diabolical. And, a lot of people are familiar with this ride from what has been announced. But, we got to talk a little bit at IAPA about this ride, and some of the things that you were talking about with us just got me so much more excited about this. I'd love if you could kind of explain what makes this different from the other dive coasters that have been built in the US, because I think that our audience would really appreciate that.
There is, and as you kind of alluded to earlier, being a coaster enthusiast myself, it was lots of fun to work with our friends at B&M, Sophie and Kim and Alberto, and really, along with our corporate engineering team and others, really design a dive coaster that feels different from other dive coasters. And part of it was going 95 degrees, the first B&M on planet Earth to go beyond vertical, and reimagining all the elements and features so that the ride's pacing really becomes an important part of the overall experience and excitement. So the Emmelman is definitely intense. The zero-G barrel roll is a deviant, which means it's not a traditional zero-G barrel roll. It's more in line with, for example, what you'd experience in our Iron Rattler to create a really cool, powerful, but yet floating sensation. Then we pulled down turns and curves and made vertical acceleration stronger and more impactful. So as you go through the ride, the forces actually intensify and are exaggerated more the further you go along. So believe it or not, the strongest airtime moment, which traditionally is actually on the first drop of the ride, our strongest airtime moment is the very last bunny hop before you go into the high-speed spiral.
That's
and the
so cool.
greatest
Oh, that's so cool.
G-force, or the highest vertical acceleration, is actually that turn. It's that spiral. So you go from the greatest negative G-load and then within seconds to the highest G-load to really create some fun dynamics. And then we even designed a small additional airtime pop into the brake run. So even as you hit that brake run transition and those mag brakes, you're going to get another fun airtime moment at the ride's finale. So we really try to make sure that every single inch of the ride performs in very exciting, fun ways, including we actually redesigned the train a little bit.
Yeah.
The train can fold in and bend in itself and articulate those maneuverabilities faster and tighter than any other dive coaster to date. And it features another rare amenity that typically you can't do anywhere else on planet Earth, and that's a true center seat. We get lots of questions of why the heck would you have picked a 7-seat train? Well, two reasons, again, being the enthusiast in me. One is it's wider. It's the widest train that you can do on this track configuration, so the train just looks visually stunning. Mm-hmm. But also it does afford where you can actually ride truly in the center of the rail, which, as you know, there's only a handful of coasters on planet Earth that you can truly get a center seat ride. And now we're a park that happens to have two of those. Our beloved Wonder Woman attraction, you can ride truly in the center because it is single rail. But this is the first of its kind where you can also ride truly in the center to get that dynamic.
That is awesome. So one of the questions that was donated is we want to know, how did the idea of the theme for Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger come to be?
Well, a lot of it was research from our guests. We know that our guests love steampunk, and our crack axle canyon area, instead of looking like an old western town, as you know, we've been reimagining it into more of a steampunk, timeless look. And so we did a lot of research with our guests and spoke with thousands of folks. Believe it or not, even the name Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger was selected by our guests. The pink color on the ride was selected by our guests. The overall ideas and story are all from our guests. And even when we're doing our retail, one of the fun retail things that we have is a shirt and a whole product line that basically reads, "Trust me, I'm a doctor." And all of those types of things were really selected and picked by our guests.
Well, that's awesome. I love that you guys take everybody's ideas into consideration. Like, it's really awesome how much you guys really love and value your guests. Now, on a kind of different subject, somebody wanted to know, what has been your favorite new attraction you've ever been a part of? And now we know you've worked at a lot of different places, so that might be a tricky question, but try your best.
Well, I would say probably the most excited that I was, just because of all that was in it, was Tomb Raider the ride. There's anyone that remembers that ride, it was just truly a unique time in itself, with the branding and excitement of the storyline, all the thematical props from Pinewood Studios and the movie itself, all the way down to the Range Rover. There was just lots of love and attention that went into creating that totally immersive dark ride adventure, which really became a fun experience for those that got to ride it. In more modern history, no doubt, I would say the ride that has performed the best and most loved immediately has been Iron Rattler. Iron Rattler truly, when it opened in 2013, was an immediate hit and has elevated the park experience from day one. It just hit on all cylinders, which has been really fun. And we have so much here to be thankful for with how well that has been received by our guests and how thrilling and fun. And it's even harder to believe that we're getting very close to the 10th anniversary of the Iron Rattler already. But as far as anticipated excitement, no doubt Cliffhanger is one of those game-changing moments where we're able to build a giant, big, fun, tall, exciting coaster, something that our guests have never seen anywhere thousands of miles of us. So it's just going to look so visually different, and the storytelling and theming that we're putting on it really is going to be another very special moment, and hopefully truly another catapult and catalyst to continue the forward momentum of Six Flags Fiesta Texas.
That's a great
Absolutely.
answer. I never thought I'd be excited for a dive coaster, but here I am. I'm like, I hear you talk, and I'm like, I'm psyched. I'm sold.
No.
Like, I'm flying to Texas to ride a dive coaster. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
So just a couple more questions. We have a little bit of time left, right? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Perfect. So somebody asked, what kind of background do you have to become a park president like yourself? Like, if you have any advice for someone who's aspiring to do something similar.
Well, there's all kinds of things. There's different ways to get here. My path was more from the business and marketing side. Many of my counterparts actually came from the finance side of the business, and yet others came from the operational side. So there's different ways. It really goes back to the skill set and passion to do the right thing, have fun along the way, and really just take care of people. And those folks that make it typically to this level of an organization really are just that. They're focused on guests, our team, our shareholders, and most importantly, just want to have fun along the way. But my background really was on the business marketing side, and I did internships at Jack Rouse & Associates, which just emerged with RWS Entertainment, and they do and design theme parks, and we're designing theme parks back in the day as well. And many of those folks came from Kings Island and Taft Broadcasting, so I've always had a fun ride. But hopefully that gives a little bit more background in different ways that you could eventually become a park president as well.
Wow.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then I'm not going to tell you who wrote this because I'm guessing you'll know. What coaster enthusiast wears the best hat to amusement parks?
Where's the best what?
The best hat. Do you know Clint Novak?
Yes, I know Clint. He wants to know the best cap?
Hat. Like,
who wears the best?
He wants you to say that he wears the best hat.
Because he wears the stinking pinwheel
for God's
hat.
sakes, Clint, you always look amazing, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He is a true fashion plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is great. And then let's see, do we have
The last one is like a rumors question, so I'm not really sure that he can answer.
Probably not.
But thank you for your donation.
Yeah, so it's the last thing that I'll really mention. You were we were so thankful to have you be a part of This Is How We Roll, which is the big documentary that we debuted about Rocky Mountain construction. I just want to ask, did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into when we asked if we could interview you for this thing?
Well, when it comes to you two, yes, I have a pretty good idea what the heck I'm getting into, and more importantly, just happy to help any way that we can. It's exciting to share the history and legacy of our different suppliers, manufacturers that bring the magic to our guests and ourselves every single day. No doubt. It is always fun to be a part of what you guys have, and just like when you reached out for this, any way that I can help pay the information forward and continue to offer insights for the next generation of theme park enthusiasts and operators, count me in. Glad to help.
You are literally my favorite person, like, ever.
And we're not just that. Like,
I feel like we say this, like, fairly often. We're just like, Jeff Siebert, like, that guy is amazing.
like, there's, like, kid you not, like, every time, like, we talk to you, I just have, like, the biggest smile. I just feel good about myself.
I feel good about everything. And I want you to know that we have gone up to $1,300 since you got on here. So I'm sure a huge portion of that is thanks to you. So thank you so much.
So we will let you go, but
gosh,
huge.
My pleasure. And I just love all the good that you guys are doing, your passion and excitement, and look forward to seeing where the adventures take you both next.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully it brings us to Six Flags Fiesta Texas for Dr. Diabolical.
That's the plan.
We will for sure see you there next year. We can't wait.
It absolutely better, my friends. I would be extremely disappointed if I didn't see your smiling faces riding and we could all just have fun and enjoy what this really is all about, which is just hanging out with great people, having fun, and it's the rides that unite us, but it's the friendships that keep us coming back over and over again.
Jeffrey.
We love you.
He needs to write a theme
I know.
park Bible.
I know. Can you write a book one day? All right. Well, thank you so much, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Oh my gosh, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and look forward to seeing everyone around the park.
You too. All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. My pleasure.
All right.
Gotta love that guy,
Oh.
seriously.
Thank you so much.
So we have a
Jeffrey
couple-
Siebert.
Yeah, seriously. What a man. So we have a couple minutes until we have our next guest come on.
Which is Marcus Leshock,
Woo!
WGN News.
Yes. So we'll go through, and there's a couple questions on here that are directed towards us. So I'll try to get through at least one of them.
And if you have any questions for Marcus, get him in now.
Yes.
Hit that donation link. And he's from WGN News in Chicago. He's the roller coaster guru.
Okay.
He's awesome.
So we'll go through these kind of quick. So question number 1 was early predictions. Will Iron Gwazi dethrone Velocicoaster as the best coaster in Florida? I don't know.
I'm thinking no, but it's so hard.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking no, though. Velocicoaster's just so good. And side note, we're talking to one of the design engineers from Velocicoaster later tonight. So
Yes.
we'll find out
questions in
we'll
for that
find out
guy.
from him what makes it so good.
Yeah, exactly. And the second question was, does Sarah hate the Beast that much that it needs to be RMC? That ride should be nowhere close to getting that treatment. Come on now. I don't hate it. It's just rough. I think it should do it for a retrack. I don't care who the heck does it, but somebody should. I like that ride though. Like, did I ever say anything?
No, the Beast is cool.
Right.
It's like when you realize that they designed that thing with basically like no computers or anything that they use to design rides now. I mean, that is absolutely insane.
Yes.
I also I just saw chat. This wasn't attached to donation or anything, but it was someone asking where did we find the song at the end of This Is How We Roll. That is from our friend Johan Lennox. He's a producer in Hollywood. That was originally scored and created for This Is How We Roll.
Look him up. He just put out a
Yeah.
new album, I believe,
Yeah,
or he's about to.
We did not find that song anywhere. It was actually a collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
He did most of the work. I just told him, can you do a song that's called This Is How We Roll?
And he nailed it.
Yes, he did. We'll be going live with Marcus Leshock in 2 minutes.
But in the meantime, another question was donated to us with a very generous donation. Thank you so much, Coaster Platypus. Coaster Platypus.
Coaster Platypus.
I like it. They asked if we've ever been stung by a bee on a roller coaster. No, but when we went to Busch Gardens last time in Williamsburg, they had a bunch of the rides down because of bees. And I imagine, had we actually ridden it and they didn't close the ride, we probably would have been.
Yeah,
We probably would've
and
been.
I have not been stung by a bee, but I have had a bird land on my head on a roller coaster. I was riding Blue Streak, and one of those little black birds landed on my head. Absolutely insane. So yeah, that was almost cooler than a bee stinging me. I wouldn't enjoy that, but a bird landing on my head, that was kind of funny. So
All right, I'm going through and looking for some of the questions for Marcus. So
yeah,
I'm
I got
tuning
some.
out for a moment.
All right, well, no, I'll go ahead and give him a call right now. We are very excited to talk to him. You talk about, like, we just talked with Jeffrey Siebert, one of the most passionate people working for a theme park. Now we get to talk to, like, one of the most passionate, like, enthusiasts and people that, has a really, really cool job. Let's go ahead and give Marcus a call.
Whoop, whoop.
Hello.
Marcus
Marcus!
Leshock! How are you doing?
Who's this?
Who's this?
Oh my gosh.
Is this that Coaster Geek again? With
Coaster-
that YouTube channel?
It's two coaster geeks, actually.
That might be us. Hey, Coaster Geek, you're speaking of yourself.
I know. That is true. You're in good company.
So, Marcus, for those of you who do not know, I'd love if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so if you're outside of Chicago, I am a reporter, anchor on the WGN TV morning news in Chicago. So we are on the air every day, 4 to 10 a.m. doing the news. And I have a segment on the news called Coast in the Country, where I travel around and visit theme parks and ride roller coasters. I'm a big coaster enthusiast. Been into coasters since I was pretty much since I can remember, and I've kind of turned it into like a small part of my job where I get to go ride things and do TV segments and put them on TV.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we've seen you travel to theme parks before where like you're working, which is so cool because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, how do you get to do like theme parks for a job? And it's like you found a way to do it.
Yeah, and
That's
that
awesome.
actually leads us into one of the questions that someone attached to a donation, which thank you so much. Again, it all goes to Give Kids the World, an incredible cause. But they want to know, how do you convince your news stations to do all the stories about roller coasters?
Yeah, that's a good one. This is what I tell people. It's like it's a very small part of what I do. And when I do, travel, I travel very cheap, so it doesn't cost them a lot of money. So I'm very mindful of that, But no, it really started with, of course, we have Six Flags Great America here in Chicagoland at Gurnee, north part of Chicago. So whenever a ride opens there, I'm always doing stories there right in our backyard. But it really just started when, Silver Dollar City launched Outlaw Run. And that was something I went to my boss. I'm like, this roller coaster's opening. It's a wooden coaster, and, it's going to go upside down a bunch of times. And he was like, what? Like, how's that possible? I'm like, exactly. Like, it just sounds really different and unique, and nobody else is going to have a story like this in Chicago. I'll drive down there and just check it out, do some blogging along the way on the website. And, he was cool enough to say, yeah, let's just try it and see how it goes. And the segment was a big hit, got a lot of views and a lot of traffic. And so since then, they were like, yeah, do it. We really like the segment, and just keep it going. So we've kept it going, kind of branded it, and the rest of the team on the morning show makes fun of me for it.
I'm sure.
For being a coaster geek, and it becomes like a bit on the show. And it's great for me because I legit love coasters, right? So I'll go anywhere, anytime to do any kind of story on anything, and any kind of theme park story. But it's been fun.
That's great. And this is a sort of similar question. This is from Dan Clark. He wants to know, what is it like pitching a roller coaster story to WGN?
Like, what's the process there?
Well, at this point, it's like they know, at this point, it's very like, hey, I really want to go to this place and this or that. They kind of know. At the beginning, it was really trying to have to sell it and explain it. So if I was heading out of town, I was like, all right, here's what this is going to be, especially when it's easier. Like a lot of these parks now, you can be live on the ride on television. So the first real experience I had with that was when I went to Cedar Point and rode Valraven live on the air, and the anchors could actually talk to me. And that like blew their mind, like telling them like, no, I can be on the ride talking to you while I'm riding it. And that was like an easy after I did that, like anytime I say I can be live on a ride somewhere, they're pretty much, yeah, let's do it because it's so unique and fun. And I guess this is the other thing, like I always set out from the beginning was when I'm going to do these stories on TV, the one thing that always annoyed me as an enthusiast when I would watch reporters on TV do these segments on roller coasters, it was usually every segment was the same. It was a reporter walking up to the ride. I'm so scared. I don't know, am I going to be able to do it or not? Am I going to be able to get through it? And they scream the whole time and close their eyes and they go, oh my gosh, I did it. And I didn't really learn anything about the ride or anything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to be different. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to narrate my experience on the ride. I'm going to tell you what you're seeing as I'm riding it. And so I think that made it a little bit different, and they liked that angle of it. It felt like you were actually getting information about the history of the ride and what the ride's doing as opposed to just some person screaming the whole time,
I think that's perfect, and I know that as enthusiasts, we absolutely love that. This is a question from a donation from someone you might have heard of him. His name's Scott Schaefer. Scott Schaefer. Oh yeah, he wants to know.
I'm hanging up.
He wants to know. One has to go: Whizzer or Velocicoaster. Which do you remove?
See, that's not fair. That is not fair.
You gotta answer it. It's for the kids.
You can't do that.
It's for the kids,
Marcus.
Who would make that? Who would ever be like? Who would do that?
A deranged individual.
If I had to, absolutely, it would be Velocicoaster would have to go.
You would remove Velocicoaster over Whizzer.
Velocicoaster is probably my number one ride, but Whizzer's so unique. I have a sense that somebody would build something like Velocicoaster again somewhere.
Okay.
Where like nobody's ever gonna build another Whizzer. Like no park's gonna be like, hey, we're adding a Schwartz style ride. Like from scratch. Like that's just not gonna happen. So it would have to be Velocicoaster, as much as it pains me to say that.
Wow.
Okay.
You really love Whizzer, dude.
That is that makes sense. And
Whizzer is amazing. It is an amazing attraction. And go to Great America any day, and you will see a 30-40 minute line for Whizzer.
We
like,
waited in it with
waiting
you.
the same amount for Velocicoaster that you're waiting for Whizzer every day because families love it. People of all ages love it. It's got thrills, but it's also re-rideable. Like, it's a great, initial ride for kids to go on. Like, it's amazing. It's got everything you want. I love that ride. Stop
Okay.
making fun of me for it.
Hey, that's a good point. Honestly, I'll always commend you. You make great arguments
You
and
do.
everything. You back up your answer, and that's what I love.
He's a good talker. That's why he's on the
You
news.
are. And I gotta ask. So the last time we saw you, Marcus, was at Six Flags Over Texas for the premiere of This Is How We Roll, and that was your first time to Six Flags Over Texas. Also, I'd love if you could just talk about that whole weekend, because that was a pretty cool time.
Yeah, and that was the Lone Star Coaster Thon that they do there. It's my first time being at Six Flags Over Texas, and it was a really, really cool way to experience the park. They did, I mean, you guys can say this, like, they did an awesome job with that event. Like, I went to that, and I was like, I want to, like, make a point to come back to this as much as I can. But just from the ERT that they had there, like, there was so much time to ride everything. The weather was really good as well. But I was just really impressed with the park. Like, I really, I just, everything was there. How many times did we ride Mr. Freeze there? I mean, it had to be.
Oh, several
A
times.
lot.
Yeah, we rode that a lot. They just have a really good selection of coasters from, of course, the New Texas Giant, which was really like one of the reasons I wanted to go down there in particular because, it's RMC history, right?
Yeah. Of course.
New Texas Giant, which that ride still holds up, like even being the first Rocky Mountain ride, like it is still, any park would die to have that in their park, I think. Yeah, it was just a really neat experience. It was fun being down. If you haven't been to like an ACE event,
they're the best.
It's totally worth doing.
Oh yeah.
And they, especially there, they really went all out to make it as good of a time as possible. I loved it.
Yeah. I gotta ask. So you've done now a bunch of these stories. You've gotten to a bunch of really cool places. You've also met a lot of really cool people in the amusement industry through going to media days and stuff. Who are some of the people that made the biggest impression on you, and why?
Oh, in the theme park business?
Yeah. At least in the theme park business.
I mean, and you probably would say this too. To me, it's meeting somebody like Alan Schilke. Like. Meeting the people who sit down at a desk and get paid to dream up the things that we all love so much, right? Who have these creative minds to come up with these, like, where can we take the human body next on a roller coaster? And it's cool to have a job like this where you get some access to people like that, where you can actually sit down with them and have conversations with them and just pick their brain and get a sense of how they work and think and everything else. And Fred was really great to me as well with Rocky Mountain Construction, and that's a really neat. This is a great story. I mean, you guys did a great job in the movie explaining their story and how they kind of built their company.
Well, and thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah.
To going to Walt Disney World and being able to talk to Josh D'Amaro, the president of Walt Disney World.
That's pretty cool.
For a while, like for the president of like Disney Parks. People who help run Disney World. It's from like the tiny little places and seeing how they run to going to the biggest of the biggest and seeing how they do their thing and interact with the customers and enthusiasts that come through their gates every day. It's just that's the neat thing about a job like this. Even what you guys do, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just having being able to sit down with people like that is pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we have a question for or someone that donated would ask that you plug your 100-day challenge.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Wow, that's great. So my wife is a coach for a health and wellness program. So probably 3 years ago, we really changed our lives and got in shape. And, I lost about 25 pounds. She lost probably 50 or 60 pounds.
Wow.
So we're health is a big priority for us. And so we're doing this 100-day health challenge right now. And I encourage anybody to join in at any time. But it's just basically what we did was we sat down and what can we do, dedicate something to do every day for the next 100 days. So for me, it's, every single day I'm doing a 45-minute workout. I'm eating a certain way nutritionally, not eating some things I might eat during the holiday season, reading 5 pages in a nonfiction book. So certain things every day I dedicate myself to do. So, if anybody who wants to participate, and I'm kind of doing it on Facebook and everything else, but yeah, so sit down and say like, hey, I want to get healthier. What can I do every day? Cut out maybe something every day for 100 days and see where that takes you on your health journey. So yeah, that was a good question. Wow, I can't believe somebody asked that.
Yeah, no, I was unfamiliar that you were doing with that. That's really cool. And you know, you mentioned the documentary there. We asked the same question to Jeffrey Siebert, but I gotta ask, did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into when we asked if you could be a part of the documentary?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was very happy how it turned out. I thought you would use a lot less of me, to be honest, from when I saw it. But I was like, wow, that was great. You know, I watched it, didn't feel like I embarrassed myself too much. So
no, not even close.
I don't like watching myself. I like being the one asking the questions. I don't like answering the questions.
Oh, but you're so good at it.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah, I don't really like it. But Jeff Siebert, I got a funny Jeff Siebert story. I'd never met him before, and this past summer I was at Universal with my family, and I was waiting in line at Rip Ride Rocket, about to get on the ride, and I get tapped on the shoulder, and this guy's like, hey, Marcus, how you doing? And I'm like, looking at him like, I kind of know this guy. I'm like, hey, do I know you? He's like, yeah, it's Jeff Siebert from Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. He was like waiting in line to ride the. I'm like, wait, you're a president of a theme park. You're like waiting in line behind me to ride this roller coaster? And my wife was like, is that guy really a president of a Six Flags park? I'm like, yeah, he just loves roller coasters.
Yeah.
And there he was with his family. I just love that when you meet people in the business that, you know, you think everyone in management's just like a bean counter or something. And then you find out, like, no, he legit loves this stuff, and he's traveling all over the place riding rides. I just loved it.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. We mentioned that when we brought him on here just a little bit ago. Last time we saw him was at Mako. We were marathoning it, and he was doing the exact same thing, but on the other train. And so we didn't see each other until we were in the gift shop because we'd walked off because we just never crossed paths. But we were just staying on there, just marathoning it. So we love to see it. I think it's so cool when you get people that are that passionate about this industry who are the same people running it. I think that is so cool. I mean, it shows you look at what Fiesta Texas is doing versus, some other parks. It is so cool. Like, they are like setting the bar so high for everything. There's just constant investment in just making the park better. You can just see all the love that they're getting.
It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Marcus, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
You.
And
and I want to say thank you to you guys too for doing this, for raising money for a great cause. And anybody listening, like, these organizations, like, if maybe you don't have a lot of money, like $1, $2, $3, $5, it all adds up, and it means something to these groups. So anything you can do to contribute to an organization like this really helps. So I think it's awesome you guys are doing this, and thanks for thinking of me.
No, absolutely, yeah. We're so thrilled that we were able to have you on.
It's a no-brainer to have you on.
Yeah, you were one of the first people we thought of. We're like, we got to get Marcus on here. Yep. So thank you so much. Well, hey, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and
I'm sure we'll be harassing you again soon.
Oh yeah, we'll talk to you real soon.
All right, we'll see you soon, guys.
All right, thanks, Marcus. Bye. All right.
What a guy.
Yeah,
Seriously, what a guy.
He is awesome, and we can't wait to have him in more videos in the future and everything. He's another one of those people that you just talk to, you just feel great about yourself. You know?
Absolutely. And just a reminder, guys, I know there's a lot of people asking questions in the chat, but I have to remind you, this is a charity fundraiser, so we have to prioritize questions that have donations attached to them. And for real, don't worry if you can't donate a lot of money. You could donate $1, $2. It doesn't matter. Like he said, it's all going to add up. So if you really want to, have a question answered tonight, just do your best.
Yeah.
Whatever you can donate, it's all going to add up.
Because we're having so many people on here, we have only a couple minutes with each person, and so we're trying to get through as much as we can, but we figured that it'd be great to have as many people on here as possible.
Yes.
And we've been live streaming now for almost an hour, and we've again just got done with our second guest here, which was Marcus Leshock, and he was so cool. And the other thing, we also just wanted to apologize real quick. We know that the quality is not looking the best in terms of video. We're working out. We're trying to figure it out. Definitely not ideal, but it's just one of the issues that sometimes comes up when you do a live stream like this. So we apologize about that, but we hope that you'll still consider donating to this amazing cause and everything. So again, if you haven't yet, the link is in the description. It is also the pinned comment for the chat. We still have lots of great guests coming up. ElToro Ryan is coming here in 4 minutes.
Woo!
And so we can't wait to have him on. If you have any questions for Ryan, anything
besides the obvious, you've already got it.
Yeah, trust me, we got the block zone thing covered.
Yes,
anything
it's the first thing.
non-block zone covered. Please go ahead
Or
and
more
or
block. If you want to just keep donating and ask the same question over again, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll just do. And we have 5 people that want to ask. They want to know what a block zone is.
He's like, wow, this is a shocker. So we did get a question for us with a donation attached to it. Thank you so much. Like I said, even a $2 donation is all, it's all going to add up over time. So thank you, Adam Baum, for your donation. He asked, what is our favorite college football team? I know you could not give less of a crap.
I do not have an answer.
I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. So there's my answer. You're also a Miami Hurricanes fan.
Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't. He literally doesn't care at all. Good question, though. But yeah, so for real, if you guys want some questions answered, please, the link to the fundraiser for the direct place to donate is in the description of this video. You can use Super Chat on here. We obviously encourage people to use the actual website because that YouTube takes a cut on here. We have no control over that. Even if it's for charity, they're still going to take their cut. So that's probably the best place to go. But if it's easier for you, just use Super Chat. Totally fine. Just some reminders of, different incentives we have going on besides just having your questions answered live on the air is for every $50 we fundraise, we are going to go do a lap on Popeyes, which you don't know what Popeyes is. It's at Universal. It's at Islands of Adventure, and it is like the wettest raft ride ever. And we're going to ride it in the middle of the winter, which is Florida winter, but we're going to make sure it's on a cold day, and we're going to lap that thing for charity. And then our top 4 donors overall are going to get a private video chat with us. Should be really, really fun. So one-on-one time to ask questions, get to know us as, outside of just watching videos. I promise we're somewhat interesting. And then, obviously you can have your questions answered on here as well. So we still have a lot of amazing guests coming up, including Ryan, who we're getting started in a couple minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
cool.
And so just to remind you guys of our lineup. So we have Ryan, and then right after that, we have Anthony Schwartz from the Cleveland Browns.
How often do you get the chance to ask a question to a professional football player? Guys, take advantage of this.
Exactly.
It was so cool.
And then we have Dionte, who's from Universal Creative. He works on Velocicoaster. And then we have Mike Graham from the Gravity Group, one of the founders, as well as Takoda, the coaster parody narrator man.
You all know who that is.
Fred Grubb, the founder of Rocky Mountain Construction. So any questions you guys have for those people, go ahead, click that link, attach it. We'll see it, and we'll be sure to ask them on it. And again, I see a couple people asking about the quality of the stream there. We're working on it. We want to try and get it looking a little better because we know that we
got a lot going on right now.
Not
guys.
ideal. Yeah. This is the first time that we've tried to do a stream this big, and so we're gonna learn from it. Not everything is going to be perfect, and so we're trying our best. We're thrilled that we were able to get so many people on here. Our priority is raising money for this great cause, and hopefully we're able to do more of these in the future. And so if the quality doesn't get better this stream, hopefully it'll be better next time. So we're trying our best. But thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and give Ryan a call.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Not that I literally saw him not that long ago at Universal. But
I know, right?
Still waiting to hear if I'm becoming a coaster idiot. Gave my application. Still waiting.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Saw, dude! Welcome to tonight's charity live stream. ElToro Ryan, everybody.
The man, the myth, the legend, the Block Zone King himself.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to go ahead and get this out of the way. We have some donations wanting to know what a block zone is. Yes. So we're just going to get that.
People are really donating money to hear you say this.
We're just going to go ahead and get that out of the way so we can focus on other stuff after.
Yeah, I heard that on the stream before, that there were countless questions about a block zone.
Yeah, so go ahead. Ryan, what is a block zone? I can't remember.
Well, for those of you who are unfamiliar, a block zone is a section of ride that only one train may occupy. At the end of a block zone is a method to stop a train in case the block zone head is still occupied. This is the safety system that prevents roller coaster trains from colliding into one another.
There it is. Spoken like a true king.
That was
We
the
love
most
it.
iconic moment on this channel ever. I just want you to know that.
That definition has become such a meme now. It's so
It's
great.
such a
Dude,
meme.
It is. I don't know why I don't have a Block Zone shirt.
I've literally
I
seen
think I need
people
one.
at theme parks wearing the Block Zone shirt. It's just
I have
so
to. Yep.
funny.
It's hysterical. You really have started something.
It's the funniest thing too, because I never thought this would like anyone would really care. Like when I made the first video with this in it, and it's just like taking off.
People worship
I don't
it.
know.
It's so funny. It's
so
like
good.
like people literally meme like the stupidest stuff, and it is great.
It's amazing.
So, Ryan, where are you right now? Where's ElToro Ryan headquarters coming from?
I'm at home in central New Jersey in Mercer County. I'm home with ElToro wifey, or Nadine. She says hi, by the way.
Oh, yay.
Hey,
There's actually a
Nadine.
question about her on here.
Here, what
Believe
we-
it or not.
Perfect.
Yeah, someone wanted to know if you've tallied up ElToro wifey's credit count. Also, hi Nadine, I love you.
No, we haven't yet, actually. I still have to do that. I've been pretty lazy, actually, about that.
Oh my gosh, get it
Dude,
together.
priorities, man.
Yeah, I literally don't count credits, so I suck too. It's fine.
I'm surprised she's still with me, honestly. I'm surprised she hasn't left me because I haven't tallied up that credit count for her.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Nadine, come on. Someone
I'll have to
also
do
wanted
that
to
too.
know. They wanted to know.
She's listening in right now, actually, so she's probably hearing all this, and she's just like, oh.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, we love her though. Someone wanted to know. Another fan of yours wanted to know how the married life has been with a wife who is a growing coaster enthusiast.
Oh, it's been really fun. It's been great. First of all, like just showing her rides that I've been obsessed with for years has been so fun. Earlier this year, we did Dollywood. I took her on Lightning Rod, which was really fun. Besides me losing my wallet, which really stressed me
Dude,
out.
so what happened? Did you get it back, or did you have to get all new things? Like, what happened?
So I'm really lucky. I did get the wallet back.
Oof.
I think,
Yeah.
normally Lightning Rod was like in the woods. Like it was so wooded before. And then we rode it this year, and like I guess they cut down all the trees. So
A little bit
I guess
easier to
It
find.
was just so much easier for them to find. I remember I got off the ride, and Tanner Tucker was there. Oh, dude, I lost my wallet, and he was just like, "Oh man, you're sleeping on the couch tonight." And then luckily, I got a call from Dollywood the next morning, and they're like, "Yeah, we found your wallet. You can come pick it up." And I was like, "Oh my god, thank God!"
That is,
And everything was still in there. It was perfect.
That is lucky.
dude, that is awesome.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, well, that is so lucky. We have another donation here. This is from Scott. He wants to know, what is the origin of Saw?
The origin of Saw.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I didn't come up with Saw. Saw is like a classic meme, like a video meme. And I used to say, like, this is before YouTube, but I used to say it when I worked at Great Adventure. And I would literally walk around the park, like, with all like my friends and coworkers, just saying "saw" all the time. And I guess it just kind of became my thing. And so, like, I made the YouTube channel as I was still working there, and then I just kind of, I'm the same person, so I like just transitioned it to that, and then I just put it in every video since.
No, and I love it. Like, I grew up in New Jersey too, and I grew up by the beach, and I feel like a lot of people like said that around me growing up, and like, as soon as I heard you say it and how much people loved it, I was like, oh wow, maybe that's like a Jersey thing too. I don't know. So speaking of which, really funny story.
Not that bad after all.
Really funny story for people listening. Apparently, I posted a picture on my Instagram story with Ryan and his wife, and I got a message from my sister being like, how do you know Ryan and Nadine? I was like, how do you know Ryan and Nadine? And it turns out that she had met them at Rutgers back when she used to go to school there before he had even started the YouTube channel. Which is totally craziest coincidence ever.
It's so crazy, yeah.
I literally
It's
can't
such a
believe
small
that.
world.
So I'm going to go through a couple more questions because we did get a decent amount of donations of people wanting to hear stuff from you, which it does not surprise us at all. That's why we invited you. And because we love you. Someone wanted to know if you could operate a ride for a day anywhere in the world other than ElToro, naturally, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
I know.
Oh, by the way, Nadine said hi to Maddie.
Oh my gosh, I'll let her know. That's so funny if she isn't listening.
As far as a ride I'd want to work, honestly, usually it has to do with like the video I'm working. Like, I like to like really like dive in and nerd out about like one ride at a time, kind of, and so it changes all the time. But I guess the last one would have been the Great American Scream Machine because that was the last video I did.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it changes all the time.
Even more than, I don't know, I can think of some weird rides in like Asia that would be pretty funny. Like, I mean, do you remember, you've been on Edge and Ika, when they dispatch and they like start like chanting, don't you think that'd be fun to work?
I'd love to do that chant. That would be so fun.
Yeah, and then this is a question that was also just donated. They said that they are considering being a ride op in the future at Kings Island. They want to know how your time was working as an operator and what advice you would give to someone who's an aspiring ride operator.
Oh, that's awesome. Honestly, being a ride operator was one of the funnest jobs I've ever had, if not the funnest job I've ever done. Especially if you're into roller coasters and just like theme parks, and if you love people too, it's great because you just get to operate a coaster all day, and you get pretty close with your ride crew also. So the time flies by. You don't make the most money, but honestly, it was like for me, it didn't feel like a job. Like I just I went there and it was like I was just doing my thing. So I completely recommend it, honestly. I probably wouldn't be doing any of the stuff I'm doing now with like YouTube or something if I didn't become a ride op. So I totally recommend it. I think it's a great experience.
Yeah, well, that's great. And then we have, I was a ride op for 15 minutes once, so I get that. Although I have sort of we got to work stunt pilot before it was open. So
that was true. We did learn how to operate stunt pilot.
We were honorary stunt pilot operators with Irvine Andre. That was kind of fun.
Like we got to take the train off.
You guys transfer to train, right?
Yeah.
Or something.
It was pretty lit.
Dude, it was cool. The people at Irvine Andre are like so awesome. We were basically like test dummies before the ride. It was great.
They seem like the coolest people.
Yeah, and then there's a question more on the YouTuber side of things. This is from a person that has 150 subscribers, and they would love some advice on how to be a great coaster YouTuber.
That's a great question. Honestly, I would just, for what I did, honestly, like I didn't really necessarily have a goal of like hitting subscribers. I just had a lot of fun making the videos, I guess. And I guess maybe in a way, I guess that translates into the videos you put out. As long as you're enjoying yourself, like when you make the videos, when you edit them, and if you just thoroughly enjoy making them, and usually you'll make a good product, and then hopefully people will catch on. It does take a while, so at first it can be disheartening if you don't get a lot of views or likes, let's say. But as long as you enjoy it, I think, and if you keep doing it and you keep going, don't stop, you'll definitely get somewhere.
Yeah,
that's good advice.
Yeah, and as people that also run a roller coaster YouTube channel, we'll echo everything Ryan just said.
Yeah.
I think that's some great advice right there.
I think we got. I'm gonna keep looking to make sure.
Someone wanted you to explain block zones through song, but like I don't know about that. Like, I mean, unless you want to give it a go. But
are you a singer?
Through a song?
Yeah, like could you sing about block zones?
I'm not a singer. I used to play guitar and like bass guitar.
That's something.
I feel like there's got to be like a well-known song out there or something that we can replace the words for.
Looking for some
black I can think of like a TV show. Maybe.
Looking for some black zones.
Baby tonight.
I want some black zones. That's fun.
A good one.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call that one. Ryan, I'd love to talk to you about, everyone knows that, and we all are in the same boat. We all love theme parks and roller coasters, but you're just an overall adrenaline junkie, just like the rest of us. I'd love to hear what are some things that you do to give you that adrenaline rush, especially when like theme parks are closed.
Good question.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? The audio is kind of getting a little fuzzy.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I'd love to hear about some of your hobbies outside of roller coasters and theme parks, because we know that you're a big adrenaline junkie outside of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big adrenaline junkie. Actually, before I was really like the coaster enthusiast I am now, I grew up as like a skateboarder. I was like a skate rat in school. Every day after school, I'd go and skateboard.
You're really good. I've seen you.
A lot.
Yeah, I've seen some of your videos. You're awesome.
Skateboards and skate shoes and all that, and all sorts of injuries. And I snowboard also. I still snowboard pretty heavily.
Yeah, so you go up to like Vermont, right?
Like a week or two ago.
You go up to like Vermont to snowboard?
Oh yeah, snowboarding is great. Actually, I got ElToro wifey to snowboard too. I taught her last year.
Ooh.
She does that now too.
Oh, that's good. See, I love skiing, but I've never tried snowboarding. And I don't know, as a skier, do you think is that a tough skill to pick up? I mean, I can like longboard, and stuff. I feel like it couldn't be like that different, right?
Yeah, they're really similar. If you can longboard, you definitely have like the basics going.
Yeah.
As far as like the functions are, with the snowboard you're attached to the board, and just being on snow versus wheels is a little different. But if you have the foundations of like the balance, you should be good.
Okay.
And then personally, as a snowboarder, I think snowboarders are just cooler. So I say give it a try.
I just have to say, someone in the chat said, oh, it's Uncle Nate. He said, Ryan is my dad. Hi, Dad. And my mom fell for it and goes, aw, hi, Ryan's son. So Ryan is not a dad.
Oh, that's great.
But we did get a question. We got a donation, and someone said, when are you going to take over Six Flags America with the Coaster Idiots? By the way, I'm still waiting to hear back about my application. You take your time if you really must, but just know I'm waiting.
Oh, that application, yeah. We got our turtle's looking over the application. He still hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, crazy. Those guys are so dang slow.
Yeah, so we're just waiting. What was that question? When am I going to take over Six Flags America?
Yeah, with the Coaster Idiots.
Oh, yeah, we really should, honestly. I don't know why we haven't. Like, I live, 2.5 hours from that park, and I just, never go there.
I mean, you're the exact same distance from there as I am, and I also rarely ever go there, so I get
there's
it.
a reason for that.
I don't think
We went for a
it's
little
that
bit
bad. I think it's
like
fine.
October. I did, a little Instagram thing, but it was just, the four of us. It was, me, Dan, ElToro Wifey, and Dima, the antagonist.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't done a full Coaster Idiots video there. Mike and Peter did one a few years ago. They did a roller coaster day video there.
Okay. Ryan, I'm still waiting on that Coaster Idiots at King's Dominion video that we appear in.
Yeah.
What happened to that back in October?
I remember when I was filming that, and I came up to you guys, and then I filmed the clip with you guys, and I gave you a shout out for your documentary, which by the way is awesome. I don't know, anyone watching, you guys should check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I made a comment. I was like, this video probably won't be live for 2 months. And now it's literally 2 months later, and I still haven't touched it actually.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
That and the day
Yeah,
that we were at Universal. I'm still waiting on that too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty slow when it comes to making videos. I'm not gonna lie.
It's that dang turtle.
Yeah. Yeah, people have been making fun of me for it since 2019. I'll go to a park and film a vlog, and then the vlog comes out 3 months later.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we can't judge.
I know we're pretty bad at it too, but it'll be funny because it'll be January, February, and it'll be we went to Halloween Haunt at King's Dominion.
Well, we literally just posted we finally finished our last summer vlog, made it up. It only took 5 months?
It took a while. It was from Six Flags New England back in
Yeah.
August, and
We're
we just recently finished
And
it.
we're
wow.
it's the hottest day ever, and meanwhile we posted it in the middle of
Yeah,
December.
it was 100 degrees out, and people were like, when was that filmed? Yeah, it
Random
was.
video out of the blue.
All right, we got one more question in the donations thing. Someone said,
Someone said, what is your ride count on ElToro?
if you know.
Honestly, it's probably well over 1,000, if not 2,000.
Sheesh.
I used to ride it multiple times a day when I worked it. You weren't supposed to do this really, but I would clock out for break, and then we got 2 45-minute breaks a day. And then right away I would just hop on the ride. I want to go eat it. I go on the ride and ride it twice, go eat, and then come back up and then just sit on the ride again until I have to clock back
Oh
in.
my
You used
god.
your break to ride ElToro. What a dream.
You're a dork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that is hilarious.
That's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So we got a couple minutes here. So let's go through some speed rounds right here. If you could go to any theme park right now, where would you
Snap
go?
your fingers and you're there.
Oh, I'm sorry, what park?
No, if you could go to any park right now, where would you go?
Oh, any park. Honestly, that's so tough. Right now, I'd probably have to say PortAventura. I watched some of your guys' stuff lately, and I've just been thinking about that park so much.
Dude, that's a pretty cool place. I don't blame you. That was one of the reasons why we picked to go there just a week or so ago, because we were looking for a place that wasn't going to be absolutely frigid when we were there, and it was still decently cold, but we wanted something that it's by the water there, so you got a really nice. It kind of warms it up there, so I think it's 60 degrees maybe.
Yeah,
or something.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. The whole park. Actually, me and Nadine almost went for our honeymoon.
Really?
We got married during COVID in 2020, but with like COVID and travel restrictions, we had to cancel that. But we're definitely hoping to go one day. Barcelona is actually where Nadine wants to travel like the most, like just in general.
Yeah.
Like any place in the world. So I think we'll definitely get there at some point.
Barcelona's cool.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a good time there.
Oh, but Rome.
I know, yeah.
If I had to pick any city in the world to go back to, like right now, it would be Rome. Oh gosh, that place is
the
fantastic.
pictures you guys posted, it looks beautiful.
Dude, that place is unreal.
Dude, we got to do the Pantheon.
We did.
We did Pantheon.
Guess what? It wasn't open there either.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. So next being what are some of your big bucket list roller coasters?
Oh, I have so many.
All right. So pick some top ones.
Express at Everland.
Oh, T Express.
DC Rivals Hypercoaster.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like for like a B&M Hyper, I guess we go with like Shambhala.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Dude, I'm right there with you with like T Express and DC Rivals. Those look absolutely insane.
Yeah, I really want to go on them one day.
Yeah, well, and especially hearing all that stuff about Thorpe Park's new roller coaster, doesn't that just kind of get you pretty stoked for? I mean, you see how DC Rivals looks, and if Mach is doing Thorpe Park's, dude, that's gonna be pretty wild.
Oh yeah. It looks awesome, and like from what we can tell so far with like the animations they released, like I think it could be like really intense.
I think so too. It's gonna be short, but it's gonna pack a punch. Some of those maneuvers just look
totally. Even if
wild.
it's short in length, like it's fine. It's gonna slap.
It's gonna slap. Yeah, that's great. And then those bucket list rides and bucket list theme parks. What would you say currently right now is your favorite theme park?
Oof. You're putting him on the spot.
I'm sorry, what was
I
that?
know.
My favorite what?
Your favorite theme park?
Ooh, my favorite theme park. Honestly, it's a toss up. So I think overall, like I probably have to say like Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
That park is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
But then in general, like probably Silver Dollar City or Islands of Adventure. I think Islands of Adventure is just like top notch now.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, I feel that. I mean, the thing that I tell people about Tokyo Disney Sea is you don't really go for the rides. You go for like the atmosphere. If you could take that park, but then add in like some of the world's greatest roller coasters, it'd be like the absolute best. And that's why some of those Hershen parks are so awesome, especially when, like places like Dollywood or Silver Dollar City where they pack in the thrills and the theming.
You just feel the charm and the atmosphere. It's something else. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ryan, this has been an absolutely fantastic time. Go ahead and plug some of your stuff. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/ElToro Ryan. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook also. I think I have a Twitter account. I don't really use it that often, but yeah, you can find me there.
Guys, if you don't already subscribe to ElToro Ryan, do it, because it is like the ultimate roller coaster variety channel. You got like the Coaster Idiot videos, which are like, they're so hilarious and they're so goofy and stupid in the best way. And then his problematic coaster videos are like so informative and like he puts so much research into them. It's a great dichotomy going on there. There's something for everybody. So definitely give it a look if you haven't already.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah, we love you, man. I know that we'll see you soon, but thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Yeah, thanks for thinking of me. Love you guys. And what you guys are doing here is really great too. This is really awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so
you know
much.
what? We got a lot of donations because of you, so thank you so much.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm happy to hear that.
All right, Ryan. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Oh, man. What a dude.
Just the best.
I know. He's so fun.
Hey, maybe we'll get to see him when we go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
We should let him know we're coming.
Yeah.
If you're still listening, Ryan, we forgot to tell you.
Well, you know what's so funny is I was thinking back to this. I literally met him like before he even started his channel.
Really?
It was like 2017.
Weird.
If you go back to watch the Mystic Timbers coaster parody, he is in it. And this was before he had a channel. It is so funny because like it was like when I did like a meetup or something outside Mystic Timbers and he came to it, and then I just asked a couple people to be in like the parody, and he was one of the people that I filmed for it. And at the time, like he didn't have a channel, and it is just so funny to see that. So Yeah, he does some absolutely fantastic stuff. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for that. We have an absolutely fantastic guest coming up, and that is Anthony Schwartz.
Anthony freaking Schwartz, the roller coaster enthusiast gone professional NFL player. Sorry. The guy who actually got Taylor to watch football. That's
true.
even more amazing than the fact that he got into the NFL. He got this guy to watch football and actually kind of like it.
I know. Yeah. It's yeah.
Pretty awesome.
It's no secret I'm not a sports person. If you go back, there's a video on YouTube of how much does Taylor know about sports, and it is sad. And we did a video with Anthony about this.
We did.
It was so funny. We were literally like, every time we would wait in line for a roller coaster, we had flashcards and we were asking him roller coaster questions and me sports questions. And I'd like to think I've gotten better.
You did all right. I think you would definitely do better now. All right, let me see if there's any questions on here that were for us.
Yeah, just go through a couple. And again, if you have any questions for Anthony, get him in now. We're going to be talking to him in 3 minutes.
And we got quite a few already, so definitely get them in quick so we don't have to skip anybody.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and thank you for everyone who has watched anything so far, because that is, we really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. We appreciate the donations, and Give Kids the World is such an incredible place. Again, if you missed the beginning, we did a video about this. It is still on the channel. They are really trying to make a difference in the world, and it is
nailing it.
yeah, is incredible. Like seeing what some of these families and these kids are going through, and they just want to give them the best week of their life, taking them to places.
Absolutely do.
Yeah, the village is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you go watch that video, especially like if it doesn't sound like something that you'd be too interested in. I promise it is like insane how tied in they are into the amusement industry.
Yeah.
Like all these big manufacturers and theme parks are all there supporting Give Kids the World. There's no competition there. They are all just like banded together to try and help everyone out.
Yeah.
And that is so cool to see.
Yeah, and just some reminders for people who are, if you're just tuning in, we are currently somewhere over the $1,500 mark, probably around $1,600, if not more, with everything on our donation page as well as the live stream. And I actually got a donation from my friend Micah, who Venmoed it to me. He's like, just put that in. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. So every $50 fundraised here is going to go to one ride of us riding Popeye's raft ride at Universal in the freezing cold Florida winter.
It's gonna be miserable.
It's gonna be. I know you guys think that it doesn't get cold in Orlando, but that is a lie. It does. It absolutely does. Our top 4 donors are gonna get private calls with us. That is not including our friends, because we've had some friends who have been high donors, but we can just call you anytime. So sorry, but we're ignoring you. But thank you so much, everyone, for your donations so far. I see a lot of people asking a lot of questions in the chat. We would love it if you could at least attach a donation to it. Everything on here is going directly to Give Kids the World. We just don't have time to go through everybody's questions in the chat like we normally can. So
yeah, we're trying, everyone. We know that there's a lot of people watching. Everyone's pretty excited about having some of these people on, and
we are too, and they're our friends.
Yeah,
still exciting.
Oh, I know, exactly. Yeah, Anthony's a good guy. I have not seen him since we filmed that video.
Yeah,
on the channel. You've seen him more recently. You saw him in Orlando, right?
Yeah, we hung out on 4th of July. That's the last time we hung out. We did Starfly on 4th of July, and it was super duper fun. But yeah, we've talked plenty in our group chat where we talk about basically football and roller coasters. It just goes back and forth. Actually, fun fact: the name of our group chat is called Taylor's 4-point conversion. Which, if you watch football, you know that's not a thing, but that's kind of why it was funny.
Let's give Anthony Schwartz a call.
Hello?
Anthony! Welcome to our live stream.
What's up, everyone?
Dude, it's been so long since we've heard your voice. I feel like we talk to you all the time, but I've forgotten what you sounded like. I just see you on TV now.
I know. Yeah, it's so fun. They actually got me watching football. So hey, you've made a big difference in my life.
Yeah.
That's a good. Hope it keeps going.
Oh yeah, and I have to tell you, his dad, Taylor's dad, literally makes us pause. If he's not home, we have to pause the Cleveland Browns game That way he can come back and we watch it without all the commercials and everything. Like, he's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, like he'll send me updates. Like if we're out and about, he'll be like Anthony just did this.
Anthony
or
just
he's
caught a pass.
Yeah.
And like we have like he'll like text both of us, be like, woo.
So
it's pretty dope.
So Anthony, before we get going, I gotta ask, how are you? You just had a concussion. How are you doing?
I'm doing better. You know, going through the protocol is just tough because it's something just got to wait out. But I've been doing better recently, and yeah, I should be back out there not too long of a time.
Okay, that's good.
One of the donations we actually got, somebody, it was actually Bob. You met Bob at
Kings Island.
Kings Island, yeah. He said, "How's the recovery going? Our wide receiver play has been pretty iffy lately, so I think he misses seeing you out there."
Yeah, recovery's been good, and the season's just, it's just unpredictable. Playing against a whole bunch of good teams, everyone's good, so you never know what could happen. And
yeah, you guys
it
had a
seems
nice
like
win
throughout
this
the
week.
whole league, like it's just been crazy back and forth. Like teams that should win don't, and there's teams that shouldn't win games that they end up do.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's been really fun watching your team this season. Like, I've always, like, low-key rooted for the Browns because they were, like, the underdog, and now you guys are, like, not the underdog anymore. And I have a friend on the team, so, like, I'm like, all right, I'm, like, a low-key Browns fan now. And if you guys don't know this already, we have his jersey, which is pretty cool.
We do.
We were probably, like, the first people to buy an Anthony Schwartz jersey, and I love wearing it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we actually got a lot of questions for you. So you've already helped raise a lot of money, so thank you for that. First one we got was actually from Scott. He said, "What is your third favorite roller coaster at Cedar Point, and why is it Magnum XL 200?"
Oh, yeah, they definitely watched the video then.
It was Scott. It's literally Scott.
Oh, of course. Yeah, well.
I'm assuming it's not actually Magnum.
My third favorite coaster is, it's Millennium.
Okay.
And, yeah, I don't have anything to explain about the second part of that question.
Well, ain't that a fact? Yeah, I hate Magnum too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And we have a question from my friend Lucas. He wants to know, does Baker Mayfield have a favorite roller coaster?
I asked him, he never told me if he had a favorite, but I know he liked the Dragster, so
Okay.
I would guess if I had to choose one, it'll probably be Dragster for him.
Oh my god, you go around and ask everyone on the team, so what's your favorite roller coaster? You freaking dork, I love it.
At that point, we should just go around to everyone, just ask.
I know, I'm like, what about Odell?
What's
I know
Odell's
he's
favorite
not
roller
on the
coaster?
team anymore, but I still want to know. Oh my goodness. Okay, so actually, we have a question that kind of goes along pretty well with that. So, there's like being a roller coaster nerd, some people don't think it's like the coolest thing ever, but you're a professional athlete. So the question was, do any of your peers ever like kind of tease you about your coaster nerddom? And have you ever met any other professional athlete that has the same passion?
Well, I have not met anyone else, any other athlete that's like an enthusiast pretty much, but people, they like to tease me saying, damn, he knows, like, when we went to Cedar Point, like, he'd be there all day. And he knows, like, everything about who built it and everything. And so that's really, like, the main thing they say about me. But I have a lot of friends that, like, they enjoy it, but not like I do.
Do you ever bring anybody there? Like, any, like, professional players there?
Yeah, my first time that I went with a few of my teammates.
Nice.
And we did all the big rides pretty much at Cedar Point, but yeah, that was the only time I went with like some other professional athletes.
Oh my gosh. Well, if we end up hanging out with you this summer at Cedar Point, which I suspect we will, you should bring some of your professional football player friends. All right. So another question we got was, when did Anthony, aka you, realize that you were a roller coaster enthusiast?
Ooh, I would say realize would be like recently, but I've always like been like in love with the roller coaster since like I was a kid, like just watching POVs on YouTube and stuff. And like, of course, I started out going like to Disney, then to Universal, and then I was just obsessed with rides, and I would just search them up. And for some reason, I was obsessed with Tatsu at Magic Mountain. And then King the Caw for some reason, I think just because of
Hey,
it was big, green, and fast. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's totally understandable. I was obsessed with Dueling Dragons when I was younger, so I mean, hey, there's we all kind of latch on to that one ride, so I totally understand that.
I was obsessed with ElToro. Some things never change. All right, someone else wants to know, Kings Island or Cedar Point?
Putting me on the spot now, but I still say Cedar Point. Even though Kings Island is also very good, some rides I prefer at Kings Island over Cedar Point, but I think overall it has to be Cedar Point.
I can respect that. They're really hard rides, or not rides, hard parks to like pin against each other, I feel, right?
Yeah.
They're both fantastic.
The way I kind of describe it is like Cedar Point almost feels like overwhelming because there's so much there. And then you do Kings Island, it almost has more of that kind of home park feel.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot there, but you can kind of take it more at a relaxed pace. But they both have
more chill.
Absolutely, but they both have like top-notch attractions, and you can just see how Cedar Fair is pouring the love into both of those places, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, someone else wanted to know, what age did you ride your first roller coaster, if you remember?
Ooh, are we counting like real roller coasters or like
as opposed to fake roller coasters?
Oh my gosh.
Like, are we counting like
watching a POV does not count,
or,
Anthony?
Like Barnstormer.
I feel like
Barnstormer counts.
Yeah,
that's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, then probably I think like 5
years old.
Then,
all right.
Then I think my first like inverting roller coaster, which was Rockin' Roller Coaster, was probably like 6, 7.
Dang,
Dude,
you started earlier than I did.
That's pretty good.
I was scared to go upside down for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I got into roller coasters until I was probably like 7th grade or something. I don't know what age that equates to, but
like 13,
maybe something like that. Yeah, but
12 or 13.
It sounds like you had a little bit of a head start on.
You definitely did.
On us there.
Yeah, it also helped. I was obsessed with just watching the Hulk go every time going to Universal, just being like, that was like my milestone, like,
dude,
in height-wise, was 54 inches.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Hulk was the roller coaster that I credit myself for like being the ride that got me into roller coasters.
Thank you, Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk was like, it was like mesmerizing, but like, here I was like, again, I was like probably 13-year-old Taylor. I look at it, I'm like, this thing is scary. Like, it's huge, and it's like, it's big and green, and I don't know.
It's big and green.
It's intimidating to a little kid.
That's fair. All right, I got another one for you. Someone wants to know, how has the transition been from, college football to being a rookie in the NFL? And they also say that they hope you heal up soon.
Could you repeat the second part?
The second part was just that they hope you heal up soon from your concussion.
Oh, appreciate that. Well, rookie season, it's been pretty up and down in terms of like just team performances going into the season with the expectations that we had, and not everything has gone to what we had planned. But overall, it's been a lot of fun, kind of better than I imagined. And even though I've missed like the past couple of weeks, it's still been like just fun being able to be out with the guys and be able to just play the sport I love. I play the sport I've grown up, live out my dreams, and just been a fun time, and I hope it lasts for a long time.
I hope so too. Like, one, it's great that I don't really have to force Taylor to watch a football game right now because he likes you as a person. But it's just very, very fun to watch you out there. Like, even if I didn't know you, like, you're just a very like awesome dynamic player, and I can't wait to see you get more field time as you progress.
Yeah.
Have you had a favorite game you've been in so far?
My favorite game, I would probably say the Bengals game, just because of everything that was going on throughout the week, and just with the whole saga going on, and then we just go out there and really put a good beating on a very good team. And it was just kind of like I think that's been our most complete game also. So just being able to just go, when you're going out there, like, just feels like every time you just feel you're scoring, that's the best feeling to have.
So I gotta ask, because this is something that, like, something I I think about when I watch you play on TV. Do you like feel a lot of pressure being like seeing like all those people in that stadium? Like does that get to you at all?
Usually it doesn't really, just because like, especially playing in college, I played in front of even louder crowds than I do now, just because it's more people. And so you kind of just, really the crowd kind of hypes you up more, even when you're at an away game, they're getting louder, and it kind of hypes you up even more. And you kind of feed off of it, just because like you kind of feed off the noise. And usually it just never gets to me. Usually I don't even notice it. But like, there's some times where, like, especially in college, where if you're in a bad situation as an away team, you'll hear the crowd get amped up, and then there's a point where you're like, oh snap, like now like I actually notice this.
Yeah, that's awesome. That I know that's something that I would that'd get to me. I mean, I try to block everything out and everything, but like that's. That's a lot of people.
I think about that too, honestly. But I mean, I feel like after a while, like you said, you just block it off. I mean, you went to like a huge football school too, and like honestly, I've been to professional games and I've been to college football games, and college crowds are way rowdier. Like way rowdier.
They get into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, props to you. So we got a couple minutes left. So we got a couple questions that we've been asking some other people. So what is a big bucket list theme park for you right now?
It's crazy because I just talked to you about this.
Yeah, we literally just talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta tell everyone else now.
I guess. I'm trying to think in between. I guess I'm gonna give two. So, in the U.S. or North America, it's still U.S. I think it's still I think it'll still be Magic Mountain, just because that's like the first park I grew obsessed with as a kid.
That's a good one.
I've never been there either, man.
Internationally, I would say either I guess between Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disney, and whichever place has the ride that looks like X2, but in Japan.
Oh, Ejinika. Yeah.
So lots of Japan. It sounds like we need a Japan trip here.
Dude.
But we're not inviting Taylor.
No.
Anthony.
No.
You, me, and the lady will go, and we will leave Taylor at home.
No.
Tell your girlfriend I said hello, by the way.
I'll be your tour guide.
Yeah, no. And we'll make Taylor cry.
That'd be so sad. Well, that sounds good. So would you say Ejinika's your big bucket list roller coaster right now, or is there something else that kind of stands out in your mind?
I would say between that and X2, because of course, like, they're two. I don't think there's any other rides. I don't think there's any like fourth dimension coasters in the world besides those two.
Yeah, there's one more in China, but yeah, I mean they're very, very few.
And it's just unique. Like, you can always go on like a BN, a Hyper, a Giga, but it's only so many of those fourth dimension coasters you can go on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to give you the opportunity, because obviously everybody sees you on TV in the NFL, but what some of you might not know is that he has a YouTube channel, and if you want to plug that, so some of our enthusiast viewers here can subscribe.
Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel. I think it's just my name, Anthony Schwartz. I haven't posted on it just because the season's been going on, but I like to post game day vlogs, game week vlogs. I have some roller coaster vlogs on it, and then of course during this off season, I'm gonna start hammering the vlogs. I'm trying to visit as many parks as I can.
Yes.
And put out as many vlogs as I can. And in them, I'm pretty genuine. Like, I don't really sugarcoat anything. Like, if I don't like something, I don't like it. Just honest.
Oh, and, I remember in the Cedar Point vlog.
That's really what it is.
Honestly, if you're like me and you're a roller coaster nerd and you love football, like, his channel is a dream. So, because you can get a little bit of everything, which is extremely rare. I would have never guessed that I would meet a professional athlete that is a roller coaster enthusiast. So, yeah, give his channel a subscribe. It's awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on to this live stream. We really appreciate it. and it means a lot to us. And we love seeing that everyone is getting into us and asking you questions and everything. It's all for a really great cause.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yep, all right, bye. All right, there we go. Anthony Schwartz.
How cool.
Yeah,
Like, so cool.
I never thought that we'd see a day where, like, you have someone, like, that's that well known, like,
Yeah.
dude, like, he literally plays for the Cleveland Browns. That's so cool.
That is so cool. Yeah. If you don't know the story of how we met him, it was like kind of crazy. I just saw him like posting on Twitter, and I was like, "Is that a professional athlete tweeting about
He said,
RMC?"
yeah, it was like,
Like they should have RMC'd Son of Beast, and I'm like, okay. He said RMC'd. He's talking about a defunct roller coaster. This guy is a nerd. You know, like you don't write about that stuff if you don't know what you're talking about. So I reached out to him, and I was like, okay, this is probably a stretch. I don't know if you've ever heard of us. And he's like, oh, I'm a big fan. I would like love to do a video with you guys. And it was so funny because at Cedar Point, it was before he had his like debut game in the NFL. And we met some people who were fans of the channel. And you remember they asked, like, could you get a picture of us with like Taylor and Sarah or whatever?
They made Anthony take the picture.
And I'm like, dude, if you had any idea who you just handed your phone to.
Yeah, because like we saw people at Cedar Point wearing Cleveland Browns jerseys.
Everywhere.
Like, yeah, they just have no idea. Like, because Anthony's like
you know, he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's like also like, you know, outside of the normal setting.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is, I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
One of the conversations that we have is like, who are the well-known people in the world that might be like roller coaster enthusiasts, and like we're trying to figure out who the nerds are. Like,
and we're gonna try to get them all on this channel.
yeah, like we saw, like, you know, Neil Patrick Harris is like low key an enthusiast. We think Ariana Grande might be an enthusiast.
She's totally an enthusiast.
she's done stuff at like Universal.
She just rented
and
out
Knott's.
Universal for her voice team. I'm like, you got to be a little bit of a nerd.
Yeah, there was like an on-ride photo of her on like Ghost Rider or something. I'm like, I think
Ariana
she.
Grande, if you're watching.
Blake Shelton
And Gwen Stefani.
Yes,
They're
enthusiasts.
We did get a $10 donation from Anthony G. Thank you so much. This one's for me, actually. How about them Cowboys? Good luck in the draft next year. All right. I'm not talking about the Cowboys tonight. I'm in a good mood. Don't ruin it for me.
That's so funny. So, guys, we got some more really cool guests coming up. We still have quite a few things going on. We got about an hour and a half left of this stream. Up next is Dionte from Universal Creative. He was a design for Velocicoaster, doing a lot of the engineering. After that, we have Mike Graham from the Gravity Group, Takoda, the coaster parody narrator, and then finally, we're going to end things out with Fred Grubb from Rocky Mountain Construction. So, we have some really cool people coming up. Again, this is all in benefit of Give Kids the World. If you have a question that you would like to ask some of these people, please go ahead, click the page that you can attach any dollar amount, whatever you're willing to give. Attach a question, we'll go ahead and ask it on this stream. As well as if you donate something in the super chat, we will also be monitoring that and we will ask it there. But we'd prefer that you just send it directly to the page because YouTube does take a cut from the super chat. And so we'd prefer that all of your money goes to Give Kids the World instead of YouTube benefiting from it. So, but either way, those are two of your options for sending everything there. So,
but yeah, please. There's been a ton of questions over here in the chat, and unfortunately, we're only going to be focusing on questions that have donations attached to them tonight because this is a charity fundraiser. So we can't really be doing questions that don't have donations because we have a set amount of time that we're working with here. So we're going to give priority to all the questions that have donations because it's going to Give Kids the World.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's
Which
go.
We're doing great so far.
Yes, we're at like over $1,500, I think.
Well, more than that because we have about $1,500 on the page plus another $168 from the super chat which minus the cut that YouTube takes. That's what we're working with right now.
Yeah.
We'd really like to do as much as we can tonight, so please keep them rolling, even if it's only $1 or $2.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and give Dionte a call from Universal Creative.
Dionte.
Hello.
Dionte, how are you doing?
Hey, Taylor, what's going on?
Good.
Hi, Dionte.
Welcome
Hey, Sarah, what's
to
going on? Thank you.
welcome to our Give Kids the World live stream. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I think this is awesome. This is a great cause, and Give Kids the World is an awesome place, and so this is such a great opportunity for everyone to, contribute to such an amazing place.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we got to visit the Give Kids the World Village not that long ago, and it was really cool right there in Orlando. Have you been out to it yet? I know you're based in Orlando now, right?
Yes, I am based in Orlando.
Yeah, that's not too far away. That's just like right there in Kissimmee.
No,
I'm
not
curious,
yet.
what is your commute to work? Because I know everything else is like right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's just say I'm less than 15 minutes. I'm lucky enough I don't have to worry about I-4.
Okay.
See,
Hey,
that
Yeah,
right there
thank
is
you.
a blessing because that road is
Travel
a
along
nightmare.
that road.
Now, I will say, somebody brought this up in the chat. There will be spoilers for Velocicoaster on here. So if you have not ridden it yet and you do not want to know, you should probably mute. Because that is literally all we're going to be talking about for the next 15 minutes.
So Dionte, I'd love to know a little bit about yourself. So tell us, like, where are you from, and what did you go to school with to get to kind of where you're at now?
So I'm actually from the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. So for people who are from that area, I'm actually from Northern Virginia. I was born in Arlington, Virginia.
Hey, Virginia,
I grew up in that
represent.
area. And so Virginia is definitely my home state. I grew up going to parks like Kings Dominion, and back then, what is now known as Six Flags America, it was Wild World and Adventure World and so forth. So definitely, was able to visit a lot of the Mid-Atlantic parks. I ultimately went to Boston University up in Massachusetts, where I got my degree in mechanical engineering. So I got my bachelor's there, and kind of the rest is history. I ended up doing a few internships in operations, and worked at a few different Six Flags parks throughout the country. I worked at Six Flags Great America out in Gurnee, Illinois, starting way back in 2008. It was awesome. My first coaster that I got to operate was Vertical Velocity, actually.
Wow.
Which I guess looks like it's about to be turned into something, that's more reminiscent of the Flash, possibly. We'll see. But the next park I had to work at was Six Flags New England. It's an awesome park in Agawam, Massachusetts.
Wow.
And then I finally came back home towards the hometown area and actually did a season at Six Flags America. Ultimately, all of that preceded formally going into the engineering career, but very much so still was much more or less an enthusiast, very much enthused and interested in the theme park industry. So I was working in the defense industry, being from DC, as you guys know, that's the hub of everything with government and whatnot. But ultimately ended up getting my career launched through that avenue. But the funny thing is, even though I was a full-time engineer in defense, I still worked weekends at Six Flags America right over there in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And so it was very much so in my DNA. Ultimately, just continuing to push forward and got to have some amazing opportunities thanks to my contacts at Six Flags. Was able to go down to, for those who have not heard about it, there's a lot of different awesome seminars and symposiums and events that take place in the industry. So for those who might be interested, I recommend you look up events like AIMS, which
I've
is
heard of
the
that
Amusement Industry Manufacturing Suppliers Safety Seminar that's held every year. There's, of course, IAPA, which just happened, of course. But then there's also ASTM F24, which is a committee that essentially focuses on all the standards that, govern our industry. And so it's an awesome place to network, learn a lot, and also ultimately, meet a lot of like-minded individuals who share that same enthusiasm to, for this industry.
That's amazing. Because funny enough, I actually had a question from somebody. They wanted to hear what kind of advice you had for someone who wanted to work in the field, and you just nailed it. Like, you just gave great advice for people to get involved.
Awesome. Yeah. So ultimately, I ended up at Universal Creative, which is a company I've always wanted to work for. I think a lot of people probably saw early back in the late 90s, early 2000s. There was that famous documentary that that covered the making of Islands of Adventure, and that really inspired me back then. So to work for the same company in the capacity as those individuals who inspired me is a pretty awesome opportunity. So been with Universal almost 7 years now. So
that's so cool, man.
Pretty awesome time.
Living the dream. I love it. Yeah, we love Universal over here. So obviously we got to talk about it. Velocicoaster is basically the talk of the year. You guys just had a freaking a bit done on NBC Peacock about it. Like this is like the hottest thing. So what was your involvement in
so.
I know, what was your involvement in the project?
So my involvement in the project is I am one of many engineers who supported this project, but my main role is I was mainly the lead engineer for the Jurassic World Velocicoaster. So my involvement, goes back to the very beginning when we were envisioning what this might and could be, all the way through, bringing it to life and completing the commissioning and opening it up to the public.
Dude, that's awesome.
That is so cool.
I gotta ask, what is it like knowing that something you've worked on has been so, well, pun intended, universally loved?
The feeling is something I don't know how to put into words. I think a lot of people are awestruck, but myself included, I believe it is more than we could have ever asked for. It definitely hoped for it. We knew that it was going to be something special, but I did not know it was going to be as special as it was. You can imagine the team, there's so many individuals who poured their hearts out, not just me, into this project, and especially building a world-class roller coaster like Velocicoaster in unprecedented times, as we all just experienced and are still going through. It is one for the books because, it was both a challenge, but it was also the response. It was you guys, the enthusiast group in the community, who was pouring in. There were so many posts and so many people looking forward to it, and we drew upon that energy. So like the experience is like no other, and I think we have been able to just get goosebumps. I still get it to this day when I'm on the platform, and just without even any kind of prompting. There's some attractions where the people come back and you have the attendants, they're clapping, and then everyone on the train claps.
Yeah.
Velocicoaster is a little different. I'm sure you guys have seen it.
Oh yeah.
Before the train is even like into the first block break, it is
everyone going nuts.
It's applause, full out applause and cheers, and it's every train, every single time. It is something that, like I said, it exceeded my wildest imagination on what this would feel like. It is definitely it makes me speechless, honestly, every time I think about it, from opening day even to now.
Dude,
yeah,
that is surreal.
It is so rare to have a roller coaster that does not have some divisive, argument about it. But I feel like it's so universally loved. Not to make a pun again, but I haven't heard anyone get off and be like, that was lame, or that didn't live up to my expectations. And I'm not just talking about enthusiasts. I listen, and I think Taylor probably does too. When we get off the ride, we listen to people around us, and they are all just mind blown that something like that exists. So bravo to you guys, seriously. Some of the donations we got for you were literally just people wanting to say thank you. People just saying thank you for, knocking out of the park and for, helping me get into roller coasters. And some people just saying how many times they've ridden it. We have a friend that's ridden it over 200 times already, which is kind of insane. What's your count at now? I know it's
how many rides do you have on this thing?
So I am over 300 rides on this. And I think myself and a few of the other engineers, we used to pride ourselves of being kind of the leaders on that board, but one of our technicians who are, as part of our awesome tech services team, working day in and day out to keep this attraction, running. I just found out he's close to 475 rides.
Oh my god!
So he's taking the cake for sure. But it is amazing. There's not a moment where I ride that, even though I'm so many rides in, where I'm not still thrilled to this day. I still get off sometimes like, did we just build that?
I can't imagine that feeling.
It is definitely a ride that I'm both was very passionate about when it came to the design and engineering of, but is just as passionate as an enthusiast and who's fallen in love with it as an attraction.
Oh, absolutely. So did you have a favorite part of creating the ride, and then like actually with the ride itself? What was your favorite part?
Oh, the favorite part of creating the ride, I think it had to go back to, I think it was the moment that we locked the layout for the attraction.
Mm-hmm.
The team had been working for a while, and we have some very talented individuals, attraction designers, and our team. And as we kind of sealed that moment and we locked that what this was going to be, I think that was the moment where everyone looks at each other, that pause and that actualization, like this is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But this is so many years before where you can't say anything. Only a small group of people know that this is going to happen. And I mean the sealing that in, and that's when this is what it's going to be. We knew all the kind of forces that we were expecting to get out of certain moments. I think that's been compared to, you fast forward 3.5 years and here we are taking that first ride. That was, unparalleled. And
I'm getting chills just listening to you.
Be that, not only the coaster nerd, but also be the engineer who is there when we locked all that detail into the layout, and to realize and actualize all that as we were riding that first time. I would be lying if I would say my eyes weren't a little misty at the end of that experience, so that very first inaugural ride. So,
dude, I didn't even have a part in the ride, and I cried after we got off.
Moment I will never forget. And as part of that moment, I remember going through what I believe is the crown element, so much so that we had to give it a unique name, which is the Mosasaurus roll. That was the moment that I had been hoping for, and I thought it was going to be great, but it is even greater than what I thought. I mean, that ride, that element alone seals the deal for that ride.
Oh yeah, I would argue it's the single greatest inversion on any ride. Period.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Period.
And we have a comment here from
awesome to hear.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know Sean Flaherty. He's he commented and said you got to work with a very good friend of his, Keith McVean.
Absolutely, I love Keith. Keith and I have a funny story because I grew up admiring Keith's work since before I was with Universal. So for our paths to cross here at Universal Creative was just an awesome feat. So when it came down to being paired with him on the Jurassic Velocicoaster, that was, one of those moments where it's like I'm working with the Keith McVean, and it's been an awesome team. I love the Jurassic Velocicoaster team. Everyone is so talented and poured their hearts into this project. So again, it's one for the books for me. I will never forget it.
Yeah, it was really cool being there on the first day of everything and seeing you guys out there, meeting Shelby and Greg and everyone. The nerd in me wants to know. I love those Jurassic films. Did you get to meet Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard?
I literally knew you were gonna ask.
I love the pre-show. Did you get to meet him?
No, I have not had the pleasure of meeting them yet, but I know myself and the team would love to, and we're hoping one day that they will be able to take part in the experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you get to work for Universal Creative, but you're obviously passionate about theme park and ride design. If you could do a ride for any park in the world, what would it be and what would you do?
Wow. That's a hard question.
It's a hard one, right?
I'm going to go with considering that I am from Virginia, and we grew up going to Kings Dominion. I know you go to Kings Dominion.
I like where this is going. Keep talking. I like this.
and a very prized mountain was recently taken down, I would love to be a part of whatever opportunity there might be to figure out what's going back in its place. I mean, that mountain has been around since I was a little kid, Smurf Mountain.
Yeah.
I think everyone would agree that would be an awesome, new attraction to re-envision and figure out what we could do there.
Absolutely. I low-key was hoping you were going to give that answer, because that's like something that I've literally been thinking about since the moment they said it was closed. And I'm like, they got to do something good. Like, you don't take down Volcano.
Because I can't bring myself to look over there and accept that it's no longer there.
Dude, it's depressing.
I never even got to ride it, man. If you want to talk depressing.
That ride is so sentimental to me. And so, yeah, I hope that whatever replaces it is a good one. So that's a great answer. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned earlier how you've worked at a lot of different places. I would love to know, what are you most proud of? And if the answer is Velocicoaster, then something else. But because obviously I know you're like super proud of that. But I'd love to hear something that like you got to work on that like you really were just like thrilled with how everything went.
I mean, I have to say I'm most proud of Velocicoaster. I mean, that's a given. That's just the something that has been my childhood dream of mine. So to manifest that is, again, I can't really top that. But I would say just as big was the opportunity to work on Universal's Volcano Bay water theme park.
Wow.
As that park, I mean, who builds a 200-foot, talking about volcanoes coming down, who builds a 200-foot tall volcano, in this day and age? So to be a part of that, to shape that skyline and change, what the look of Orlando is. I mean, you go coast down I-4 and a massive volcano that, erupts 150 feet, in the air. So you're topping out 350 feet in the air with that large eruption. I think that water park just changed the game in terms of what the experience is for an immersive water park experience, especially with the virtual queue and the theme of that park. So I think it took water parks to a different scale and immersion. So it's very much an equally cool project. I think for those who have not had the chance, or those who have, I mean, you're essentially it's an escape. I mean, you really. From the time you come into the park and you get that grand reveal, I mean, it is such a beautiful place to be and just to relax and enjoy.
That is so cool. Yeah, I love it. I mean, every time we're driving to Universal, we just pass that volcano right there on the left. It's like so wild looking that you're just on I-4 and that's Orlando for you, though, I guess. Just like crazy things on every corner.
Oh, absolutely. It's the only thing good about I-4.
Keeps the scenery. So you're obviously a roller coaster enthusiast like the rest of us. What's a place that you haven't been to that you would love to visit?
Ooh, so in terms of coasters, I really just want to go to Japan and do a Japan coaster trip. I am low-key jealous that you got to do one, before, and I would love to go, so maybe you guys can help me figure out where to go and how to navigate. But I'm looking for the craziest, most wackiest, extreme experiences out there. So go to Donpa. I want to get on that. The press that it's received makes me want to get on it even more. We were talking. I think I heard there was some talk about Ijanika. I want to get on that as well. Go to Fuji-Q, but ultimately also want to go to Universal Japan. Actually haven't been able to visit that park yet, and check out our new
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo World, because I think it just won a Thea Award, and it's an amazing land that has changed the game yet again. No pun intended.
No, absolutely.
It's funny because we were just on with Anthony Schwartz. I don't know if you were listening before, but he said the same thing, that he wanted to go to Japan. So I'm thinking you, me, and Anthony Schwartz all go to Japan without Taylor.
No.
And we're just going to keep building this group.
I'm down.
All right. Just to make him a little jealous.
No, but in all seriousness, you should go with Robbie Towns. I know he was talking about he wants to do a big trip like that too.
Yes.
So
You're still not invited.
I want to do it. Literally, that'd be so cool. No, I love it. Those are some awesome places. Seriously, can't go wrong with
the
it.
jokes on the chat.
Yeah, I know.
My mom is even making fun of you. Thanks, mommy.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dionte, this has been awesome. We really appreciate you coming on here to talk with us. We absolutely love Velocicoaster. I think everyone else who's watching this is in the same exact boat, and it's so cool getting to hear some of that process behind it and everything, and again, if anything, makes us appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So to the Coaster Studios team and to all the other coaster enthusiasts or aspiring engineers out there, I mean, I speak for myself and the rest of the Universal Creative team. We see your comments, we see your enthusiasm. We love it. We appreciated it, especially during the construction of the Jurassic World Velocicoaster, and we are thrilled that you all are receiving it so well. Hopefully those who have not had a chance can make it out here. If you haven't, also check out the new and the latest, recently released, the making of Jurassic World Velocicoaster, which you can stream on Peacock. And you can see a lot of the talented team here that was putting their hearts and soul into that project. And then thank you to you too as well for doing this. Again, please donate to this great cause. Give Kids the World is an amazing place, and it's through efforts like this that they can continue to do that amazing work. So again, thank you. Look, I think if I can do anything here, I just want to let everyone know, especially those who are looking to do what I do, you can make your dreams come true too. Velocicoaster definitely was my dream. So, for those out there, keep chasing it.
I love that. Oh, well, thank you so much, Dionte. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know we'll see you real soon. So, yeah, but if it's not before Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night. Bye.
All right, guys. So, Give Kids the World, one of the parks that the kids and their family have access to is Universal. So your donations is helping a kid and their family ride Velocicoaster. So put in your donations. Do it now.
Yeah.
Put a kid on Velocicoaster, guys.
So
come on.
We have a couple more guests up after this. So we'll be talking with Mike Graham from the Gravity Group here in 2 minutes. And we can't wait to talk to him about Gravity Group does some of the world's best wooden roller coasters. Like we're obsessed with some of the things that these guys do. And
I'm sure you guys are too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have him on just here in a little bit. If you have any questions for Mike, anything Gravity Group related or non-Gravity Group related that you want to ask him, attach it to a donation and we'll go ahead and ask it live on this chat. And
any amount counts. If you don't feel bad, there are some large donations on here, but if you can only afford $2, $3, $5, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna add up in the end, and it's all going to a great cause. So please, it's totally okay. We would love for as many people to participate as possible.
Yes, absolutely. And on that same note, we have coming up right after that Takoda, the coaster parody narrator, and Fred Grubb from Rocky Mountain Construction. And side note about Takoda, if you want to send a donation to him, if you want him to say something in the coaster parody voice, attach it to a donation. He'll say whatever you want. Just keep it PG.
Yeah, keep it PG, but he will say anything you want in the coaster parody voice. So please take advantage of that.
Yeah, anything. So go ahead, attach a donation. It could be as little as you want. Anything helps, but attach something there, and he'll go ahead and say it in the parody voice.
Yes. We are really hoping you guys come through for this one.
We want to have some good stuff. So he'll be on pretty soon. But up next, we have Mike Graham from the Gravity Group, which is awesome. Mike is a great guy. I got to tour the Gravity Group maybe 2 years ago or something. He was very kind to have us come out there. He gave us the tour of the facility. That video is still up on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's kind of like a cool behind the scenes of the Gravity Group, which, if you're not familiar with their background, it's super interesting. I mean, it's basically, all these engineers from CCI that started the Gravity Group after they went out of business. And I think it's just so fascinating. And now here they are doing some of the coolest rides in the world. So let's go ahead and give Mike a call.
Woohoo!
Hey, what's up?
Mike, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on our live stream. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is weird. I'm like watching you on a video with like a couple second delay and
Are you really?
mess with my head. So
Oh, that's funny.
Close my computer here.
Well, hope you've been enjoying the stream so far. Unfortunately, it looks like quality has not been the best. As long as audio sounds all right, we're this is still a learning process for us. We're having a lot of fun with it, but hopefully, more in the future we'll be able to continue to improve. But luckily, we've been raising a lot of money so far, which has been absolutely awesome. It's such a great cause.
Yeah, that's great. I think I heard $1,600.
Yeah, I think
what are we probably over that by now.
I think
we're about 1,600 on the Give Kids the World fundraiser page, plus whatever we have in the
super chat.
Super chat.
Almost 200. I think. So yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So we didn't really know what number to pick when we set our goal for this, as it is our first time fundraising for this charity. So we were like, all right, let's go with 5,000. So honestly, anything that we fundraise, we're going to be proud of, but we'd love to hit our goal.
Yeah.
So
totally.
keep it coming, guys.
So Mike, for those of you who, or for those who watching who might not be familiar, I'd love if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Mike Graham, and so I discovered roller coasters as a young lad, and before that I kind of discovered engineering, and I kind of put the two and two together, and just the passion for mechanisms and the passion for the shapes that it creates to create the thrills just kind of really drove me into sorry, it sounded like drove me into a bad place. Drove me into just a real passion for roller coasters, and I started making roller coaster models after my Lego phase, because I realized that you can make spinny rides with Lego, but you can't really make roller coasters with Lego at the time.
I can relate to that. I was in the same boat. Like,
Connects are where it's at, though.
What was that? I missed that.
She's saying Connects is where it's at.
Oh yeah, I made theme park rides with Connects when I was a kid. Mainly just the Ferris wheel, but it's something. Anyway, keep going. Ignore me.
No, you can't really say Connects around me. You guys know that, right?
No, why?
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. So the roller coaster model thing, I started making coaster models, and that kind of propelled my interest, further in roller coasters. And so then this was before Connects, before Coaster Dynamics. I built these out of scratch, and there's a couple other people that I knew out there making coaster models, and we had nothing compared to what we have today. So long story short, I ended up founding Coaster Dynamics with Jack Reimer, and so it was a lot of the R&D in my apartment to create the whole Coaster Dynamics rolling train system. So he came from a hobby background, and I came from a coaster model background. Put them together, and boom, that's what happened. And so then, years later, now the coaster cutouts and nano coasters are all going crazy. I've pretty much stepped away from the company as far as doing anything. I'm just kind of the biggest fan. But
dude, I've so many Coaster Dynamics.
They're really fun.
I'm literally looking. I look around like this room where we're doing this from. There are like 8 models of Coaster Dynamics on these shelves.
Ha ha ha. We have you in our grasp.
Oh, dude! I've given you guys so much money. Like
all of the money.
I love Coaster Dynamics. It's awesome.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So Dan Linden, he's our main engineer, and then Matt Schmatzer, of course, from Print My Rides, been doing a ton of work for us as well. So, but yeah, Jack's the one behind everything, and we have our facility down in Elkton, Virginia, and it's pretty sweet just seeing the whole entire place filled with nano coasters and coaster cutouts and all the other models that we're making. And I don't know, it's like, man, I wish I had this as a kid.
Yeah, that's so cool. So where did so you mentioned you're doing models and everything, and I know that I've talked to you about this before and everything, but I'd love to hear how that kind of transitioned to where you were working at CCI.
Yeah, so during college, I was building a roller coaster model, really big one. It was 16 foot by 10 foot by 7 foot tall, and it was a fully working aerodynamic style ride, because that's who ruled the rides back in the day. Ball bearings for the wheels, the whole thing was operational. And I actually had sold that to Ontario Science Center in Toronto, and this was like right near the end of my college days. And then right after that, I got a commissioned ride out in Colorado that I built, and it was a roller coaster model that hung from the ceiling. So that was a very unique challenge. So it was around that time I started putting my resume out there. And custom coasters was top on the list. I had ridden Raven after a whole bunch of people had prodded me to, I had been to Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Kennywood. I'm trying to think what other parks I'd been to, but nothing really quite impressed me from the wood coaster point of view. I grew up in Elyria, which is real close to Cedar Point. Go Browns, Anthony, by the way.
Yes.
And so, a friend of mine, John, he was like, you got to go ride Raven. So this dates me. This is pre-Legend. This is pre lots of other rides. And obviously pre-Voyage. So, and I knew that you had to ride it at night. It was, pretty evident there. So I remember it being my birthday. This is like late 90s. I was down there, and I just did a solo trip, and it was on my birthday, and it was late at night, and I was like, okay, here's my first Raven ride. And if you think about the coaster landscape at the time, it's not like it was today.
Yeah.
There's few and far between rides that are just exceptional. And so I get on the Raven, we're flying through these trees, and it's a smooth, fast, crazy, awesome, out of control wooden coaster. And I get back in the station, I was just like, you know what? I think that steel coasters aren't all that anymore. I think wood coasters could be way better than steel coasters. I know who exactly I want to work for.
Yeah.
And so right after that is when I was going through the modeling and stuff. And so I sent my resume in to Custom Coasters. I was prepared that I probably wouldn't get a job just because that's what I've been told. I'd been told that there's a better chance being an astronaut than a roller coaster designer. And so I had a plan B. I was really interested in aerospace engineering and other mechanical engineering as well. Remind me, I have a question for you, Taylor, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, they had an opening. This was in 1999. So they had the contract for actually 8 rides for the year 2000, and they needed extra help. And they had an opening. And so I interviewed, and I got hired, and it was a really crazy year. We ended up, there's the 8th ride that we opened 7 rides that year. The 8th ride was at Astroworld, Six Flags Astroworld, that got canceled. But yeah, doing 7 rides is really stupid. It's just not wise for any type of manufacturer of that size to try to do 7 rides.
That's a lot.
Particularly because they're all completely custom rides, all the structures completely custom. And so it was really cool because I was, I was definitely an enthusiast. I had a website. This is like kind of on the front age of online forums. So that, way before social media. But I had a website, and I had all my model stuff on there, and I was kind of, a little bit of a, this is how I'm doing stuff. But I was also following the construction of Geauga Lake's transformation to Six Flags.
Ooh.
And so I had a bunch of construction shots because I went to school at the University of Akron, and I lived in Elyria. So I made that trip quite a bit. And so I was like, I'll just take a side trip up to Geauga Lake. It's not exactly a side trip, but in coaster enthusiast world,
Yeah, it's
easy
like
side trip.
no brainer.
So I was posting all this stuff online, and my buddy and I were out there one time, and we're like, wait, there's a construction trailer. We see all these footings in the ground. This construction trailer has custom coasters written on it. And we were just like floored. And so we were so excited that, this ride was going to be a custom coasters ride. Like, he was the one that told me to go ride Raven.
Yeah.
And so we were just thrilled. And so we, we're just avid excitement about that. And so literally like a few weeks later, after I go to the construction site and post some photos, I'm hired at Custom Coasters, and one of the first rides I'm working on is the Villain. And I was just like, oh, this is like total transformation, switching gears. So it was really cool. So that was Custom Coasters' start, and then I was involved a little bit with the rest of those rides that opened that year. Got my hands dirty doing some Gerstlauer troubleshooting with some of the Gerstlauer trains that year.
Okay.
And then the following year was Cornball Express and Cheetah, followed by Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain.
Yes.
AKA
Yes.
Sumo. And then Cliff's New Mexico Rattler was when Custom Coasters went bankrupt, or closed their doors, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was at that point that the other engineers and I were kind of looking at each other, and we're like, well, we like what we do, and we know the engineering side of things. It was Custom Coasters was definitely a construction company with an engineering division or engineering wing, and so we're like, well, we don't know the rest of that stuff, but we'll just be consulting engineers. And actually, when we were doing New Mexico Rattler, the ride was half done when the company closed.
Yeah.
And so the park was like, well, what do we do? And we're like, they have all these, we got 30 guys on site. Let's just put them on our payroll and finish the ride. so that's what they did. And so, we were, knowledgeable obviously about the park and the ride. And so we were able to kind of give them some additional support to help get the ride open. But that actually kind of created the model for us for some of those early rides at the Gravity Group once we had been formed. So it was actually the same team that we had been using at Custom Coasters. There was a couple different crews, and but a lot of the same guys built all of our early rides, and some of those guys are still with us today. A little bit later, when we started Gravity Craft in 2008, we actually brought everybody in-house because parks really wanted a little bit more of a turnkey operation. So that worked out well for us too. So we, supplied the trains, we supplied the general contracting, we had our construction team, we had the engineering, we had the whole shebang. So fast forward to next summer, Gravity Group is going to celebrate its 20th anniversary.
That is so cool. Well, congrats. That is
so
wild. That is I have so much more I want to talk about. I'm so sad we only have a couple minutes left. We have a donation. Someone here wants to know. Yeah, we have a couple. So we might have to go through these kind of quick. But one of them is they want to know about the Gravity Group prefabricated track, because you guys just came out with that.
Yep. Yes, engineered pre-cut track is awesome. Done. That's it. No. So engineered pre-cut track, what we saw is a need for a new style wooden coaster track. If you take layers of wood and you have them like traditional layers of track, it's a certain strength, and that certain strength over time, it's held together with nails. So over time, it kind of relaxes and fatigues, and you start feeling that washboarding in the valleys. 2 to 5 years after the new track, it's like, hey, this doesn't feel that new anymore. And so if you take those boards and you set them vertically, all of a sudden your strength is multiplied by 30 times, 30. So what you have is you have an extremely strong track, and that's going to stay strong over time. But that's not enough, because we got to somehow get that shape in there. So we're actually using a CNC equipment to carve essentially all these different pieces of Lego that we then stick together and create our track out of. So it's very economical because we're using the same boards, but we're using those boards in a better, more efficient way. And so shout out to everybody who's been on Racer this year. You'll be a good testament of that feel. Still feels like a wood coaster. It just feels awesome.
It was so good.
That's our EPT, engineered pre-cut track.
Yeah, well, that is awesome. Yeah, and then our last question that we have here is someone would like some advice. What would you give for a mechanical engineering major college student who wants to get into the industry? What would you recommend for them?
I heard mechanical engineering and getting into the industry. Was there any other keywords in there?
Just recommendations or advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I think I was thinking about this earlier today, actually, because it's like, what are we looking for? What we looking for? We're looking for somebody that fits into a small business. We're a small business. We have basically about 16 to 18 people full time at our facility. About the majority of those are in the office, and somebody who is very well rounded. You might be writing a ride description. Whipping out your literary prowess one part of the day, and you might be analyzing structure, or finishing off a proposal in no limits, or doing a drawing, or you name it. There's we're bouncing around. Every day is very different, and so but what we're looking for is we're looking for somebody who has the passion and can go the extra mile. And usually we're looking for, and this is, I think, generally speaking, for resumes or things like that, we're looking for somebody who's kind of something special, something different about them. I think in my case, Custom Coasters, like that I was making roller coaster models, so they knew I could build stuff. They knew I was a practically minded person. If somebody's involved with either college groups, like either theme park groups or vehicle groups or things like that, those are all really good things. Obviously, the more experience you have, the better as well. Just not necessarily work experience, but just other experiences, hobbies. We look at everything.
That's good to know. Well,
that's
hey,
great advice,
yeah,
seriously.
that is really good advice. We have a lot of we have a wide variety of people that watch this channel. I know there's a lot of students that hope to get into this industry. So I think it's
engineers.
really cool that we're talking to someone who just started off as like a roller coaster fan like the rest of us, and then managed to work their way up to now where you're building some of the coolest rides out there, and I think that is incredible. So Mike, thank you so much for coming on this stream. We really appreciate it. We wish we could talk longer. Unfortunately, we got a couple more guests to get through, but we really appreciate it, and this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Well,
Mike.
thanks so much. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk to you again soon. I know that we'll be out to Ohio again, probably next summer or something. So we'll be sure to hit you up.
That sounds great.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mike. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
What a man.
That's so cool.
Such a
like
great
literally
story.
starting off where you're literally just like doing models. And then you go up to you go from doing the small ones, now you're doing the big ones. Like
That's
the
so
like
cool. He's like, here's a little one I made, and here's a big one I made.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So
all right, guys, the moment you all have been waiting for.
Yeah.
Even though we have literally like some insane guests, everyone's like, Takoda's coming.
I know. Yeah, we gotta give him.
Takoda's awesome.
Yeah, we gotta give him a call. If you want Takoda to say something, attach it in a donation, and Takoda will read it in the parody voice.
Yeah, we don't have a ton so far, and like we have
a
plenty of
couple.
time with him. So yeah, we have a couple. So please send them over. Like,
All right.
I don't care how much you donate.
Yeah, let's go ahead
fun.
and give Takoda a call. I know he's been watching the stream.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Why do you sound
Why are you
like you're
talking
dead? How's it going, man? Hello?
Takoda.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Did you die?
Is anyone in there? Hello?
Somebody parody.
I can literally hear.
We can hear you breathing, you coward.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we can
there
hear
you
you.
are.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry. Something's funky with my speakerphone. Sorry about that.
You're good.
We will forgive you.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about you guys? I was watching the stream. Sounds pretty. Everything going pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you in the chat interacting with a couple of people. That's super fun. So hope you've been enjoying it.
People are literally so excited for you. They're like, Fred Grubb, cool, but Takoda's coming. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You're kind of the man.
Dude, people are so thrilled to see you back here. We got a couple people that have sent in donations to Give Kids the World so that you will say something in the voice for them.
Right. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while since you've done the parody voice, yeah?
A little bit. Yeah, I was practicing the other day.
You were practicing?
And what were you saying?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Were you just going like from the park from the rides?
Yeah, I was going over some of the old ones. I was watching the Tempesto one the other day.
Oh my gosh, dude, the first one.
It's been a while.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, people often ask what's going on with the parodies, and my answer to them always has been that the main thing, honestly, was this documentary that we were working on for the longest time that I barely was able to work on like anything else other than that. That was like such a time span. I mean, as you know, just from years of doing it, the parodies they take quite a bit of time to do. No, we'll have them back. I know that I had a couple fun ones in mind, so hopefully into the new year we'll be able to get some good ones out. But
oh yeah, I'm excited.
I'm gonna make my debut. I'm very excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what are some of the things that
Well, first, before you say anything in the voice, people wanted to know if you missed doing the parodies and if you're excited for them to come back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I couldn't quite hear you.
Yeah, someone wants to know, before you do anything in the voice, do you miss doing the coaster parodies, and are you excited for them to come back?
Yes and yes. Yeah, no, I miss them. I miss them a bunch. I was thinking about them a lot. I was like, dang, like I haven't done one in a long time. It was real fun while doing them, and then I get messages all the time. Everybody's always asking me about the parodies. You know, if they're coming back, am I working on anything or anything like that? So, but yeah, I'm very excited to, you know, get back into it and start doing them again. You know, it was a lot of fun when I was doing them, and you know, very excited to be back.
You're kind of a celebrity, so yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, and people love it. I mean, it's so funny. I think back to when we first started doing it. I mean, you know, I remember asking you to do like, you know, like a couple that I just had like in mind, thinking it was just gonna be like maybe 1 or 2 videos or something, and it really kind of turned into something special. I mean, did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into when I asked if you would do that?
Not really. Yeah, I just thought we were coming over to like hang out or something. Yeah, but then, yeah, we just started doing the parodies, and you know, I found the busted sunglasses, and you know, one thing led to another.
It got weird.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So, yeah, they were a lot of fun. So let's see. What were a couple things that okay. Here, why don't here, let's see. I think the best way to do it would probably be that I send you them instead of having you repeat back, because a couple of them are have a little length to them. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. What's the best way to?
For sure.
I have them on Facebook.
That work pretty good.
I can send them to you on Facebook Messenger, Takoda. Hang tight.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yes. If you guys want to hear something with Takoda in it, we recently did a spoof of Victorious. If you watch Victorious growing up and you watch this video, you'll be like, holy crap, that is spot on. Takoda played Rex. Rex is actually right here.
Yeah, here's Rex.
I was not about to let Taylor get rid of Rex, so he's still here with us.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, and Takoda was a great Rex. It was a lot of fun. That was just a really fun video overall. doing a fun spoof. Didn't Takoda, you say you had never even seen Victorious, and so you had to like look up a couple things in order to?
Yeah, I kind of had to. I had like been familiar with it, and I kind of knew about like the puppet guy and the main like actress from it. But yeah, I had to look it up and be like, oh no, what is this?
Hey, your impression was pretty good. I have to give it to you.
It was good. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know if it was quite as good as the cat impression, but I'm kidding.
Thank you.
I've been working on mine for a long time, though. You got yours done like overnight. I was very impressed.
Yes, I was too. So okay, so Sarah sent you a couple, and then I just sent you one more that someone sent in attached to a donation. So whenever you're ready.
Let her
and this
rip.
will be a true test because you have no notice of doing these, so it'll just be pure.
Consider it a re-audition.
Right. Oh man.
It's like a practice.
Okay. Yeah, you guys want me to start?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, whenever. Yeah, any of the ones that Sarah sent, or I just sent you one more that someone else sent in.
Okay. It's okay. Yeah, I just saw the one that you sent me, Taylor. I'll start with Sarah's here.
Okay.
For those who are unaware, a block zone is a section of ride that only one train may occupy at a time. At the end of a block zone, there is a method to stop the train. In case of the block zone ahead is still occupied, this is the safety system that prevents roller coaster trains from colliding with one another.
There it is.
Guys, we just had the ultimate ElToro ride and Coaster Studios crossover that no one knew they needed, but we all did.
The guy where that quote comes from was on earlier in the stream, so
he had to say that exactly.
Yeah, we made him say that, so now
something. I think I might have missed that one. Might have gone over my head, but yeah.
No, people love it. That's a reference to a guy that was on the stream earlier. So.
Oh, okay.
And you also just learned something new.
Biggest crossover. Yeah, that's great.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll work down the list here.
Yeah, go for it.
Here. Taylor Bybee should go to the college football playoff game with Lucas next to Six Flags over Texas. Go to Cincinnati, beat Bama.
Yes, Lucas!
Oh my gosh, my friend just sent that in. He wants me to go to Six Flags over Texas with them, so he said to make Takoda.
Bro, I tried for you, and he's not doing it.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
I'll go with you.
University of Alabama, it seems.
I had no idea that he was going to send that in. That is hilarious.
So
I'm literally texting him right now being like, bro.
Yo, Ryan said that was amazing. Your block zone.
All right. I'm glad they like that, yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, all right, yeah, I got the next one. This one's gonna be tough. All right. Taylor Bybee is a pretty sussy imposter. This is kind of an epic Among Us moment. Thank you.
What does that even mean?
Why am I so... I just like to remind... Someone paid to have him say that.
I mean, you know what? Give kids the world. Why not?
It's for charity.
So whatever.
That's a good one.
Whatever encourages you guys to donate, I guess.
Jeez. Come on. Oh, man. That's funny.
All right, and yeah, you guys both sent me this last one. You guys really wanted this last one to be sent in, so I'll save it for last year. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
What does that even mean? Is that like a slogan for something?
Does that mean something? Are we missing something? That must be a reference.
It has to be, because it all rhymes.
That's a reference to The Rock, The Rock Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, we live under a rock.
Yeah.
We live under the rock.
Oh yeah, my goodness.
Yeah, that's what it's a reference to. Yeah.
Do we still have time with him? Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, even if we don't have any more quotes that people want to hear, which you guys still have time if you want to put any in.
Yeah, if anyone sends any donations, we have a couple more minutes that if someone else has something, we can send it in. But, that was so funny. So,
awesome, yeah.
In the meantime, reminiscing from past videos, did you have a favorite moment from...
I was going to ask that too.
from one of the videos? Because we've done a lot of different parodies, guys. Some dumb scenes, some funny stuff. Does any particular moment stand out in your mind?
Probably doing the... I guess because I was watching the other day, the first one, the Tempesto sauce skit. That was probably one of my favorites.
Okay.
I remember being in the writing room for that one and kind of like kind of being there for the filming of that one. So I thought that one was funny.
Yeah. That it's crazy. It's also cool seeing how much we were able to improve over time. Because I mean, we did the first one. It must have been like 2015 or something. Were we juniors in high school, or when was that? Like. I honestly don't remember.
That was like
or maybe
a million years ago. That was like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah, maybe we were younger than that. I don't remember, honestly. But yeah, it's cool to see how everything kind of changed with improving over time and everything. So we did get one more. I think Sarah just sent it to you over Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, someone wanted a shout out in the voice.
Okay, I've got one.
And to the other person I did. That made a donation. I'm sorry, but like it's not super appropriate. So.
Sorry about that. That was my bad.
No, you're good.
Let me fix that real quick. This is a shout out to Sebastian Freeman and Chris Kowalski.
Ooh.
Like that. Well, Chris Kowalski and Sebastian Freeman
we can do part of it.
Yeah, and this is the next one that we missed.
I just got some more of them. Shiver me timbers, my pants are full of macaroni.
Oh, here's one. Oh, hold on. I'm sending it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's so funny seeing what people come up with.
I know, y'all are weird as heck. But I love it.
Oh, man. All right. Don't laugh at me if I get the pronunciation wrong on some of these. I'll do my best.
I think it's Hoosier.
Yeah, it's Hoosier.
I already know that's what it's Hoosier.
Make sure to unsubscribe. And now here are some of my hot takes. Hoosier Hurricane is better than Steel Vengeance. Magnum is better than Maverick. And Ragin' Cajun is better than Sky Rush. Thank you.
Okay, but I would say that Magnum
being better than Maverick is not that much of a hot take. Like, I feel like there's a decent number of people that have that opinion.
I personally do not agree with that, but I'm sure people do.
Yeah, there's a couple people there. Ragin' Cajun Takoda was a ride that was at Six Flags Great America in Chicago, but now it's at Six Flags America in DC.
I see. What was it? It wasn't a log flume, right?
No, it was like a wild mouse where it like spins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember that one. I definitely didn't ride it when I was at Great America the times that I went, but I definitely remember seeing the sign for that one.
Yeah. I was thinking about some of the fun memories, just random things that happened. One that stood out in my mind, really into Six Flags America. Do you remember when we drove like 2.5 or 3 hours up to Six Flags America? We got there and nothing was open because of the cold. It was like the drop tower and like the Larson loop, and like it was like the coldest I've ever been in my life.
It was like, you were going crazy. The cold was like getting into your brain or something.
Dude.
You were going crazy that day. I still have like some footage of that somewhere. I gotta get my hands on that.
Dude, it was so bad.
It was nutso.
It was so bad. I remember we I think we went into the bathroom or something to like pour some like hot water on our hands because they were like frozen.
Yeah.
And it like scalded us because it was so bad.
Oh my gosh.
That was.
It was like the little refugee spot or whatever. It was like from The Hateful Eight, where everybody's shouting like, "Shut the door! Shut the door!"
I wish I got that reference. That movie is on my watch list. I'm gonna get to it.
I got you. Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
It was very cold. It was very cold that night. I was surprised we even got to ride any rides at all. It was very unique experience.
That was, and I
kind
of felt bad that was your one experience that you got at that park, because definitely not ideal. We have time for one more thing that someone just sent in for.
I just sent it to you on Facebook Messenger. I'm sure you'll enjoy this one.
I got you. All right.
I have not heard this one.
Somebody's gonna use this as their YouTube outro. Nice, very clever. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Post your comments on this video about your thoughts in this video. Do me a favor, give this video a big old thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, then make sure to subscribe.
Oh.
I love you, whoever you are.
That someone actually sent that in. That was.
I paid money for the
They used to be the old outro.
OBS right now, and is going to use that as their channel intro.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, that was that was a time. That was like around the same time frame, maybe even earlier from when we before we started doing Tempesto. I think it was all before that. Like it was. Oh man, the videos have gotten better.
Oh really?
That's for sure. Yeah, I used to say that. Like.
Oh, that's funny.
Then yeah,
I didn't even recognize. Oh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if you go back and watch some old videos, like maybe like 2014, that might have been it.
I'm giving this video a big old thumbs up.
Yeah, thank you.
Way throwback. Very cool.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Takoda, this has been super fun. Thank you so much for coming on the stream. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you're doing well.
Thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. And we'll talk soon. We'll get some parody stuff working on. That's for sure. I want to get them up for once we get into the new year. That'll be fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait.
Cool.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys very soon.
Yeah. Thank you, man. All right. Yep. I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.
I don't know why I waved. He's literally on the phone. I'm like, maybe he's watching.
I'm sure he will later. Yeah. All right, everyone. Takoda, that was fun. That was fun. I can't believe someone had to say the Black Zone thing. That was great. All right. So in a couple minutes, we're going to have on Fred Grubb, who's the founder of Rocky Mountain Construction. Yes. He'll be our last guest for the evening, and that is going to be really cool. This is also a plug. If you have not seen This Is How We Roll yet, that's how you can find out like all about Fred's backstory. It's like this incredible story. I mean, we literally basically almost like followed him around for like the better part of like a year and a half, like to make that film. Yeah. And the turnout was amazing. And if you want to see it and you haven't yet, this is actually a really good time to get it, because we have a holiday sale going on. So you can get 20% off when you enter the coupon code Christmas20 checkout, and that's for if you rent it or you buy it. And it's actually a really great gift, especially if you want to give it to someone who's like an enthusiast and you think would really enjoy it. It's a relatively inexpensive gift that you could give for Christmas, or get it for yourself, So yeah, it's I think that it was really, really cool that Fred was willing to come on to the stream to talk to us. And again, it's all in benefit of Give Kids the World. Yeah, and if you haven't, again, be sure to send in any questions you want us to ask Fred for there. I think we had a couple.
Yeah, I have a few.
Okay, cool.
So just a reminder of everything outside of the Q&As tonight. Every $50 donated is one ride for Taylor and I on Popeyes, which is a raft ride at Universal, and it is probably the biggest soaker as far as raft rides out there. And we're gonna ride it right in the middle of either January or February. It's going to be very cold, and we can just keep lapping it. For every $50 worth of donations, and our top 4 donors are going to get private video chats with us too. And on top of all that, you get the wonderful satisfaction of having done good.
Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and give Fred a call. The former owner of Rocky Mountain Construction. He is now officially retired. And actually, we have a video up of the new owner of Rocky Mountain Construction. If you're interested in checking out Darren, he's a great guy.
We love Darren.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and give Fred a call.
Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Fred. How you doing?
Hi, Fred.
Good. Hi. How are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome.
Good.
How are you?
Well, that's good. You're doing good, huh?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Are you having a good Christmas holiday season?
Oh, what's that?
Are you having a good holiday season so far?
Oh yeah. Having a good one.
Is it? How it gets pretty cold up there, doesn't it? What
Yeah.
do you know? What's the temperature up there right now, up in North Idaho?
Oh, it's like 30 out. You know.
Ew.
It hovers around 30 most of the time.
Oh man.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You guys should come back to Florida.
It's winter. You know.
Yeah, well, I bet that was a nice change of pace. Last time we saw you was at IAPA up there. Yeah, that was probably real nice out for you guys, because that was like, what, was it like 60 or 70?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. So where are you right now? Are you at your facility at RMC?
No, I'm over at the golf course at Avondale.
Oh, nice.
I love that
had
place.
A dinner thing I had to hit. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny. You're at a golf club, golf course, even when it's 30 degrees out.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So yeah.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the stream. We really appreciate it. Every donation that we've been receiving for people is going directly to Give Kids the World. I know, actually, you guys at RMC do, isn't it like there's a percentage given from merchandise sales to Give Kids the World?
There's some what? Merchandise sales?
I think so. I think that was on the website, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's merchandise sales on the website. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Fred, what are you guys currently working on at the RMC facility? Are you guys still building the Fun Spot track?
Yeah, no, building Fun Spot down in Atlanta, and also working on the new ride that's going in Magic Mountain.
Okay.
You know.
How are things coming in?
And then there's several trains that have been ordered, you know, extra trains and so forth. So we're doing a couple extra sets of trains and that type of thing.
Yeah.
For the existing parks, you know.
So you guys are busy. That's good.
Have RMCs. Yeah,
that's great. So what's the current status on the construction for Fun Spot and Magic Mountain? You guys are I think you guys have broken ground or are starting to go up, right? Or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, it's moving, and we're building structure, and we built most of the track for Fun Spot, and the guys are down there working on foundations, and they'll be starting structure pretty soon. You know, as soon as they get some foundations in, and we've got all the. It's actually not going to be a wood structure. It's going to be a steel angle iron structure.
That's cool.
So, wow.
Is that
it's all painted white, and so that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So,
is that the first iBox to have a completely steel structure?
Well, we down at Kentucky Kingdom, we put an iBox on that existing steel structure that they have there.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was really the first one, but it's the first ground up that we've done with the steel structure.
Okay.
But we obviously did the coaster down there at Kentucky Kingdom, and it had the angle iron steel structure, and it was galvanized. It's gray galvanized. This one we've sandblasted, and they want it painted white, so that's what we've done.
Okay. That's awesome.
Gonna be so pretty.
Yeah. So I know this is the first time that you guys have working with the Fun Spot team. It was really cool being down there at IAPA, seeing everyone all together. It seems like that's gonna be a great partnership. They seem like great people.
Oh, they are great people, and it is a great partnership. And we've, the coaster is going to be an excellent coaster. It is, and it actually goes over the top of one of their buildings there. Their main long building, their arcades and all that. And actually, it's going to go right over the top of it.
That's going to be so cool. It looks like it's going to be one of your best, so we're very excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be a great ride.
Yeah, we have some questions that we got sent in with some donations attached to them. So one of them was actually from Scott. He wanted to know if you had to give up either snowmobiling or motorcycles, which would it be? I feel like that's a really hard choice.
Well, I probably I can't. I'm not going to do the snow or the motorcycles this winter because I got to get healed up more. I got to get
injured
healed up
again?
further before I do that. So from the last pile up.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, no way did you get hurt again.
But I'll probably do some snowmobiling. But yeah.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to have to wait till summer before I do the dirt bikes again. But
Okay.
I'll do them.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Personally, I like snowmobiling better, but that's probably because I have never ridden a motorcycle.
I haven't ridden a motorcycle ever either.
I don't know how we never got on one with you guys out there.
I've done dirt bikes, but
no, I got to be a little careful.
A little bit.
Healed up here.
So another one of the questions we got was for someone who's a mechanical engineering major at college. Wanting to get into the industry, did you have any tokens of advice?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, here, Taylor, you say it. You're a little closer.
So this was a question that was sent in, and someone would love some advice. They're a mechanical engineering major, and they're a college student, and they're wanting to get into the industry, and they're wondering if you had any advice.
Well, my advice for them is we don't have any engineering jobs for them right now, but my advice is that they just have to keep beating the pathways and beating the doors down, because it's about the only way that you can get into the industry as an engineer right now. I think, it's a hard job to get into it, but you can. People do,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that's good. And then this was another question that someone sent in. They're wondering, what are some of the challenges that you faced when creating and installing your first overseas roller coaster with Wildfire?
Oh, well, there's a lot of challenges, but fortunately we were working with Vekoma, and Vekoma was doing a lot of the permit work and the things that we didn't know. And so it was still a challenge because we work in different fashions. But since then, we've learned how to work overseas. But that was a big part of the challenge. And then, of course, we had to, it was a different shipping type deal because we're shipping on boats, instead of on trucks. So, it was a learning experience, but we did fine with it.
Yeah.
But those are the main challenges that we had.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking to Jake, he was asked what the toughest project for him was to work on. He said Goliath at Six Flags Great America he thought was the toughest. Do you agree with that, or do you think that there was a different project that was more difficult?
It was the toughest because it was like the coldest winter that they'd had for a long, long time out there. And it was so cold that it was just hard to get the job done, and we were just pressing, but it was a lot of times it was below zero a lot of the time we were building the coaster, and so it was just really hard. But other than that, it went well. I mean, and we actually probably did half of the work in 2 months because the rest of the time it was so cold that it was so slow going. It was just too cold to work out there,
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I can only imagine how brutal that would be.
It was brutal. Just terribly cold.
Yeah. Well, props to you guys for sticking with it and everything. This is a great question, and this is something that actually I wish that we had kind of dove into a little bit when we were doing the documentary. So you mentioned that your first big roller coaster was the Colossus at Magic Mountain. and then of course you guys got to go back and redo that one. What was that like? Because that's gotta be, that's pretty cool. That your first
cool.
roller coaster you got to redo.
It was, yeah. Well, the Colossus was the first roller coaster I'd ever ridden, and the only one, and so it was quite a deal to go back and rebuild it like we did, and so it was quite a big deal to us, Yeah, that was a big deal.
That's so cool.
That is so cool.
And it turned out to be a really good coaster.
I still haven't gotten on that one yet. I'm looking forward to it though.
I like it a lot.
It's a really nice ride.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
So this is probably like a picking your favorite kid question, but someone wants to know if you have a favorite of your own rides.
Oh.
But they said you can't say Steel Vengeance.
I always get asked that same question all the time. But every ride is, it's custom, and they're all unique. So I like the big ones, the small ones. I like them all, actually. So obviously the real big rides they're probably my favorites, but there's good smaller ones out there too. So I couldn't really tell you that one is better than the other.
I think that's fair.
Do you have like an element that particularly stands out to you that as one of your favorites?
Or like a moment that stands out in your mind?
Okay, hit me with that again. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, sorry about that. We were asking if even if you don't have a favorite, is there a moment on one of your rides that really stands out, like a specific element?
Yeah, really on Steel Vengeance, the drop and the way you come out of the drop there, and the first time I rode that, it was at night.
Ooh.
And oh my, so that was a moment.
That is a moment.
And it was spitting down rain, and I was like, oh man, what a ride. Yeah. So that's probably it. I just remember going off the hill, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then you go down and you go right back up, and I was like, oh boy, this is a ride.
That's cool. So I gotta ask, because right now you're one of the only people on the planet that has ridden Iron Gwazi. I would love to hear what you thought of it.
Yep.
Is it as good as it looks?
So what's the question? You're wanting to know when it's gonna open?
No. Just is it? How'd you like it? It looks really good.
Oh, Iron Gwazi?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when you ride it, you will know how I liked it, because it is that good. It is that good. It is a great ride.
Ooh.
And so it's excellent. So yeah, I like it.
Perfect.
I like it. You'll like it too.
Good.
We never doubted that.
Yeah, we can't wait. Yeah, that's awesome. So I would love to hear what because I was there when this happened, but I'd love to hear from your perspective. What was your reaction to seeing This Is How We Roll for the first time? Because that was a pretty cool experience.
You know what? I have people here. They had another showing in the Avondale Golf Club here, and they had another showing, and it was packed. And there's people that have watched that 3 and 4 times over and over, and I mean, it is great. It is great. And these people are like, oh man, what a documentary. And literally they've watched it 3 or 4 times over and over and over, just random people. And so it's that good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. That's great to hear. What was your reaction to seeing it for the first time? Because that was pretty cool. You had your brothers there and everyone.
I was a little nervous because I was like, gosh, I have a hard time going in front of people and saying this is a lot about me, and stuff. And so but when I saw it the first time, I thought, well, this is really well done, and I was really happy with it because it didn't make me feel uncomfortable, and I didn't want to feel uncomfortable, and it didn't make me feel that way.
Aw, yay!
We're so thrilled that that we were able to do that, and we love hearing that it had that kind of reaction. That really means a lot. You know, we wanted to do your story justice.
That was my reaction. Yeah, was that it was there was people on the first time it was played up here that were crying out there. Some of my friends, and I was like, they were just like, boy, we never knew, you know. So it was that good. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're gonna have us all in our fields.
I guess, I don't know. Yeah.
That's great.
So anyway, yeah, it's all good. All good.
So I'm just curious. So I know that you're staying on with RMC as a consultant, but you know, if you're officially retired, I'd love to know how it's going so far. How are you liking it?
I'm liking it. I'm liking the retirement, and I'm liking the duty I have of going in and helping and consulting now and again. And so I'm really liking it. I'm enjoying it. You know, I thought I would be lost, but no, I'm not. I got plenty to do.
Oh yeah, you deserve it, Fred. You've worked your butt off.
So yeah. So anyway, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I didn't know at first whether I would be or not. I was a little nervous, but now I'm good with it. I've played my role, I think.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, the impact you've had on the industry is incredible, and we're so thankful for all of the hard work and everything that you've done. You've inspired so many people with just your incredible story, and what a career. Like, yeah, much. I hope you have an awesome retirement. It's well deserved.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
All right, Fred. Well, thank you so much for coming on our stream. We really appreciate it.
Tell everyone we say hello. If you're with the fam, tell them all we say hi.
I will. I will tell everybody.
Good. All right, Fred. Well, thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good one, and thank you.
You too. Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. All right.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
bye.
guys. Okay.
Aw, Fred. He's so pure.
He is. Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do some.
That right there. That right there is all of our guests. We actually made it through everyone.
Holy crap.
Yeah, nothing went terribly wrong. I mean, again, wish the quality was a little bit better on it.
But
Sorry.
it was more about the audio anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you know, because we were just having a audio with everyone. So as you know, as long as that worked, that was definitely our main priority. So we're so thrilled with how everything went.
Yeah, and minus the cut that YouTube is going to take from the super chats, we're doing almost $2,000 as of tonight. So that's pretty freaking awesome.
That is really cool.
That is really awesome.
Thank you so much to everyone who has donated. Like that is so cool. I mean, you know, every dollar counts, and I know that the people at Give Kids the World will really appreciate this, and your money's helping to really make a difference out there.
Yeah, big time.
So we want to thank everyone that came on our stream with Jeffrey Siebert, Marcus Leshock, ElToro Ryan, Anthony Schwartz, Dionte Henderson, Mike Graham, Takoda Sorvillo, and Fred Grubb.
And everyone who helped out tonight, all of our moderators and everything. You guys are great. Thank you so much for keeping the chat nice and clean.
Yes, totally. And this will be saved after this is all done. So if you could only tune in for part of it and you missed some of it, you will be able to go back and watch this. And so we hope that you'll do that, because we had a lot of really fun conversations with people.
And you know, these videos, like the live streams, will continue to make ad revenue after we're finished. So going back and rewatching is just going to put more money towards Give Kids the World. Same with the video that we put out about the actual property itself. Go back and rewatch that as well. All the ad revenue for that is going to go straight to Give Kids the World as well. And if you didn't tonight and you feel so compelled at a later date, we'll be running this campaign through the new year. Mm-hmm. Right now we're at about 40 rides on Popeyes.
Hey, it's for the kids. It's worth it.
Kids.
It's worth it.
I'm gonna go to the hospital for the kids with hypothermia.
Hey, and we'll have the video up from that, and so that'll be a lot of fun. And the same will be
Watch
for
us
that
before
video. Any ad revenue from that video as well will go directly to Give Kids the World.
Yes.
So, and if you want to learn more about it, again, we have a video from our experience at Give Kids the World already up on YouTube. It's a full tour of the facility, and you'll get to see everything. And it is, I think you'll really gain a huge appreciation for everything because it is very, very cool. And so thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. You all are heroes.
Yes, absolutely. So we hope that you enjoyed this. Be sure to check out. We'll have plenty more videos coming out this holiday season. We got more stuff coming up from PortAventura and Tibidabo and some other really fun video ideas as we're getting closer to like Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
So it will be a lot of fun.
I'm sure we'll do another live after the holidays, like a normal one.
Yeah.
To catch up on things with all of you.
We just wanted to do something special for Christmas. And if you guys enjoyed this, then maybe we'll do more of these in the future, like with some guests. So yeah, be sure to leave all feedback down in the comments below.
And give this video a big old thumbs up.
Yeah, okay.
While you're at it.
All right.